Creating AI legacy, you're not stuck or financially enabled because things haven't come together. You're stuck because no one ever showed you the numbers that run your life. You were taught how to survive, but not how to strategize. And not if you didn't know what you didn't know. You're going to work 20 years harder if you don't get this information and work smarter. So, what we're going to cover today is you stop leaving money on the table. The money that will have you stop playing games and being blindfolded because you only can see the numbers. You never can go back to being the same version of you again. So, in this live, we're going to talk about the AI Legacy Hidden Money Tour, picking up the money where it's lost and making sure that you stop leaving money on the table. Over the next 32 days, starting this Saturday, November the 29th, we're going to go through each and every transformation as it's always taught. It's good to focus on one problem, one solution, and the transformation. So, over the next 32 days, starting on Saturday, we are going to go through different audiences, showing how this tool, the AI Legacy Master, the calculator that we're going to go through, the blueprint calculator, is the calculator for you if you want transformation in your finances. There's no excuses. In 2025, the only way that you have excuses, you have AI, you have Google, you have each other, you have courses out of the wazoo, but I wanted to go through the opportunity for you to grow and build with the Tax Extraordinaire team. So before I actually go through the actual calculator, we're going to talk about each and every calculator. I wanted to share with you quickly why Adrian Mays, myself, what up though, is an AI wealth strategist and why qualified to actually share this information with you. So born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, if you didn't notice from the what up though, which affectionately means hello from Detroit, Michigan. Went to Detroit Open School, went to Cook School in Detroit, Michigan, went to St. Robert Bellarmine in Redford, Michigan for the fourth grade, but fifth through eighth grade, graduated from Ludington Middle School, then the prestigious Detroit Renaissance High School, where I was an athlete and a scholar there, and graduated with honors, and then even attended Murray State University on the athletic scholarship, played basketball, ran track, and majored in electromechanical engineering and mastered in business and administration. And at the time, worked for General Motors with 5 internships, being able to get and utilize the skills developed with the engineering background. And then from then, I actually worked and managed the Chris Bosh Foundation. My cousin Chris Bosh played professionally for the Toronto Raptors. Amazing time in my life. And having that opportunity experience led me to starting CCC Because We Care Foundation with my business partner, Anika Gaines, Ayana Thomas, and Melissa Green. And where I'm also 16 years the president, and started Community Connect Consulting to help high end individuals to start giving back in the community and start doing things in regards to change. And from there, actually became a mortgage broker. And no, life insurance was next. So life insurance, worked with Bankers Life Insurance, over 15 years licensed and life insurance representative, and now an insurance broker, and started being the Change LLC in regards to being a mortgage broker, and worked with a top company, Quicken Loans, Rocket Mortgage, and licensed and titled in regards to mortgages. And from there, actually working with Gaines Family Service Tax Services, my business partner who has over 30 years with the Tax Extraordinaire, different experience in regards to having her clients strategize, save, and succeed, and a digital manager with Smile Don't Blink Photo Booth, capturing life's moments. So even with the leadership and specializing and working with the Billy Genius Marketing and being certified as an AI certified consultant, as well as with the Jonathan Montoya, being certified in his AI program, and even investing in the queen of AI, Alicia Little, here recently, seeing her opportunities and growing and building with her platinum experience in her AI marketing summit. AI is here. So, having read off that information and the why and who you're speaking with, in regards to having years of experience in regards to opportunities and building and having this AI tool that I'm going to present to you here today, is going to help you stop leaving money on the table within your business. My business partner, Unika Gaines, and I built this app to help you in regards to being the best version of you, because the gap in education is a real thing. School teaches us algebra, chemistry, literature. As I went through my whole background in 3 minutes or less, But the part that's not taught in school is the real world financial skills, the tax strategies, understanding filings and deductions, obligations. Even the last few years, myself working closely with Unica Gaines, was I able to understand how the 1040 works and the W 2 and the W 4, which hence led us to creating this amazing tool. Budgeting, creating and managing personal spending plans, credit scoring, seeing the building and maintaining and understanding credit health, home ownership, navigating mortgages, property taxes and maintenance, retirement planning, saving, investing for long term future needs, understanding interest costs, calculating the true cost of borrowing money, retirement planning again, and understanding that financial decision making and wealth building and business setup and insurance coverage. This is not taught in schools. So it was behooves us of the tax extraordinaire team for us to take advantage and having this all-in-one AI financial literacy system for taxes, credit, budgeting, wealth, and real estate in regards to knowing it and growing our brands. So before I jump in, I want you to be familiar who we are. Unica Gaines, the tax extraordinaire, has over 30 years of experience in helping people with strategy, education into empowerment, and taxes into freedom. And born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, graduated from Cass Tech High School and graduated from Grambling State University and has her master's from Davenport University. She has a passion for giving back and helping people understand taxes and money and understanding mindset and growth and knowing that things take time. So she's been empowering entrepreneurs, families, and creators to build wealth through smart tax strategies and AI powered business tools. We've gone through who I am, Adrienne Mays, the AI wealth strategist, as well as the AI cash story captain. But I want to introduce you to Chat GPT from the D. Chat GPT is something that any and everyone needs to invest in. $20, if not, or they have a free plan, but being able to have your digital ecosystem currently on the billionaire journey, day 559, as a roadmap where technology and purpose meet to create financial freedom. The superpower that I possess is having AI feel human, simple, and strategic. And Aja Gaines works with as well, the creative artist, where she blends her creativity and vision and precision in everything that she touches. She has created her own, as a location manager for Smile Doubling Photo Booth, as well as working as a tax preparer with Gaines Family Services, and has her own LLC, Special Giving Studio, where her brand focuses on custom sketches and meaningful creative gifts. So again, we have the experience, over 50 years of collective experience in regards to growing and building our brands and being able to help people with these opportunities of what they don't teach us in school. We're qualified. These are the things that schools skip. They skip taxes, credit, real estate, budgeting, life insurance, estate planning, business, nonprofits, travel, mindset, health, and automation. My friends, I'm going to show you the tool and the step by step and the why it makes sense to invest in regards to getting started with your opportunities. So we're going to go through for each tool. We're going to talk about why this calculator exists. We're going to go through and see that why the calculator matters, the pain that it solves, and looking at who this is actually perfect for. And that's why it's a 32-day actual legacy tour, because again, everyone has a different audience, but it helps everyone from the single mom to the 20-year-old to the 50-year-old to the 70-year-old, the retiree, the college student, the athlete, the retired person, the self-employed person, the W-2 worker, the financial and real estate person, the mortgage broker, the doctors, the lawyers, the professional athletes, the NIL athletes. So all of these different niches, the side hustlers, the creators, they help everyone. And I know that, you know, how we are always taught one person at a time, one problem, one solution, but the calculator solves it for pretty much everyone. So we're going to talk about who this calculator helps and talk about the hidden money that's being lost and the money and people losing it daily, not even knowing because of the tips and things that we're going to go through here step by step. And so again, the current state before using the tool, after using the tool, and we're going to look at the transformation when you have the tool in investing in something that's going to help grow your finances. And so we're going to show how it works, as well as hidden money left on the table. So wanting to show you the opportunity cost if you don't get invested with the actual calculator. And we're going to go through the different choices and ways that you actually can go and take. But all of this is going to be clear and defined for you. And let's go through the calculator, because again, a lot of information to cover. But the great thing is about having a lot of information is step by step. So once you actually start with how to get started in regards to the tool. So what you want to do, and I'm going to put that here on the screen, is to go to tinyurl.com/, Extraordinaire BP. So when you actually go to the link that is on the screen here, what that will actually do for you is take you to this screen here, the number one all-in-one financial literacy tool. And you'll have a video here from Unica Gaines, our AI avatar, the tax extraordinaire, as well as investing in the calculator and how to actually get started. So the link on the screen will show you, then we're going to go through now how this actually works, what it looks like when you actually invest in the calculator, and the steps that will have you in regards to getting started. So when you actually invest in the calculator, the great thing is you're going to be a part of a community. And in this community, you'll be able to access the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. Now, this calculator is going to be the information to access the community is going to be within your email. And all you have to do is log into your email, join the community, and we're going to go through here shortly and show you exactly where you actually go. So as you can see, when you log in, create your own username and password, you'll come to the calculator where there's 16 different tools that you'll be able to see here on your screen. And so what I want to do for you is make sure that, let me make sure the comments so you can see the full screen. So all you want to do is search here. There's a search bar where you can search the calculators, the ebooks, the resources, all in one place. The joining the tax extraordinary community, it's the one link here where you can get access to financial literacy trainings, tools, and weekly support. And you have the different pillars for that you can actually go through that we're going to go through step by step. Pillar 1 being taxes, pillar 2 credit, where you can leverage your power, pillar 3 is real estate, pillar 4 is business, pillar 5 is nonprofits, pillar 6 is AI consulting, pillar 7 being life insurance, pillar 8 estate planning, pillar 9 is automation, pillar 10 travel, pillar 11 mindset, pillar 12 wealth, pillar 13 tax resource hub, pillar 14 health, pillar 15 the 90-day transformation challenge that is all on you right within the app, and pillar 16 the ebooks library, where ebooks will actually on each and every pillar. So as you see at the bottom, you can actually book a strategy call, which will take you directly to booking a call with our team if you actually want to get customized assistance, and logging right into the tax extraordinaire portal. For example, if you have questions, if you need tax information, taxes actually completed, if you want to request or ask directly to the tax extraordinaire, as you know that you can get your taxes amended within the last 3 years, so never leaving money on the table. All of this information is right inside the app for you to access right away. So what we're going to do here in this, make sure you go ahead and get your water and make sure that you take a breather, because we're going to go through each pillar and talk about all of the different factors that we actually showed on the screen. And so we'll try to make this as comprehensive as possible to be the resource video that you can come back to. And we're going to post this in the community as well. So I want to show you how you click on the button to go directly into the Tax Extraordinaire community. What this will do is allow you to log into the AI Legacy Blueprint community. And once you're inside of the AI Legacy Blueprint community, you'll have different tabs on the left-hand side. And where you access your calculator, you'll have via email to be able to access the calculator and be able to go directly to link to log in and create your actual account. If you have any questions, again, you hit that button and it goes right to the community. And any question that you have in regards to any of the pillars, as well as the ebook, is provided for you for each and every pillar right at your fingertips. So going back into the app, that's the first step, is with showing you the going into the community. The search bar here, you can search any calculator. For example, say for instance, you wanted real estate help. So all of the different real estates will pop up right inside of the search bar for you to be able to go to directly. So let's walk through each and every pillar one by one, as there's over 80 calculators right inside of the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. The tax extraordinaire wanted to make sure that everything is covered within your fingertips. So this is, and I want to put this disclaimer, and I'm going to go full screen for this. This is the beta version. Make sure I go full screen. This is the beta version, the pre-launch time of this calculator. So please, in regards to, give us grace. First time creating a tool to create and make change. So if you find any glitches, if you see any 404 screens, or if there's any issues, that's why it's provided at a discount until our next launch happens. We're trying to get all the kinks out, as again, to be on the Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, to be able to give that education to as many people as possible at an affordable rate. That's why this beta is happening. So, want to have us give us grace. If you find anything and we go through anything in this process where there's any glitches, we put a lot of time and energy in regards to building this. So, I wanted to make sure I provided that disclaimer before we jumped in. Okay, so let's get into the fun of the calculator. Okay, so because social media can be a critic, they can be our happiest and our worst critics sometimes, right? So when you click the first one, Pillar one, taxes, strategize, save, succeed. Use these calculators to estimate your taxes, refunds, write offs, credits, and long term savings. So, the first calculator we come to is the tax calculator and tax bracket calculator. Estimate your taxes owed and see and your effective rate for 2025, 2026. So you would use this calculator, and if you had any questions on why you would use this calculator, always remember that you can actually take a screenshot of the screen and go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, and you utilize ChatGPT for your benefit. Ask ChatGPT what will be the purpose of using this calculator. So what ChatGPT will do is give you that understanding, that clarity, but it's right inside of the app. So I want you to make sure you understand that each and every opportunity for you, you're never alone. This is giving you the framework, right, to change your finances and find out where hidden money is provided. So, for example, this 2025 2026 federal calculator, the purpose of this calculator is to show you exactly how much of your income is being taxed and what tax bracket you truly fall into before you file, before you guess, and before you overpay. So most people have no idea what their marginal tax rate is, their effective tax rate. So this calculator is important because most people are being taxed more than they should. And this tool should help W-2 employees, single parents, high earners, gig workers. And the pain that it solves is people that really suffer and don't know exactly how taxes actually work. So for example, you go and click the button here. If you're single filing status, if you're married filing jointly, if you're married filing separately or head of household, we'll use myself as an example. You will put in the different, answer each tab. So the expected gross income for 2026, putting 150,000. If you don't know your pre-tax deductions, that's okay. It's optional but recommended. So, for example, for pre-tax 401k contributions, say for instance, you did $5,000, IRA contributions $5,000, childcare expenses $10,000, other pre-tax deductions just have zero, and self-employment incomes have zeros. And you can click the button here to calculate my tax bracket and estimate. What this will show you is your estimated taxable income. If my starting income is 150,000 estimated, so this is giving you the idea of what my taxable income is, what my marginal tax bracket is, the effective tax rate, the estimated federal income taxes owed, as well as a breakdown showing you an understanding as well as a glimpse of what this actually means. So it gives you all of the information and the layers of understanding what this means for you based on your unique situation. After you actually get the strategy that's optimized, excuse me, you can click the button here and it'll actually give you a breakdown that you can print out for your files. Or if you actually decided to book an appointment with the Attach Extraordinaire team, you could upload this document or provide this document at the appointment for more clarity. And at the bottom of each page, it shows you how to book a strategy call directly with the Attach Extraordinaire team. So that's the first calculator that we went through, providing you the 2025 2026 federal tax bracket calculator. So in order to want to see where we are with time, so this is going to be a long one. So going back to the home screen, taking you back to the main calculator. So I did all of that and you didn't see it. That's crazy. Okay, so let me make sure that you can see the screen because the great thing is about when you go live, I'm so glad I was able to check because I would have gone through this whole presentation. I was like, let me just go back and make sure you all can see what I'm saying. So now let me make sure that the live is going. And we just went through the pillar one taxes and went through the tax calculator and tax bracket finders 25, 2026. So glad I went and checked. Would have gone through this whole live and been very frustrated at the end if I would have done this whole live and didn't know that. So that way you have that information about the first calculator and went through and showing you. So just to make sure that, just in case I wasn't on the screen, let me go back through it again. So you can calculate your estimated federal income tax and marginal tax bracket and effective tax rate for 2025, 2026. And from there, You put in the different, you go and click the button to see where your filing status is. For example, if I was single and I had an estimated gross income of 150,000, put the pre-tax deduction in for 10,000. We'll put pre-tax here for 10,000 just for example. And same thing for childcare expenses. We'll put 5,000 in, and you don't have to have any pre-tax deductions. And if you don't have any freelance income or side hustles or business income, we'll put 1,000 there, and it can calculate your taxable income. So showing this information again, because again, I think my screen wasn't showing, is giving you all of the information that's needed for the taxable income, the marginal tax bracket, the effective tax rate, as well as a breakdown, giving you understanding of what are the tax brackets, why this matters, and an overview, and hear what this means for you on your unique situation. The great thing about taxes is every situation is different. From there, you can actually book a strategy call with us if you want to actually ask for personalized help by just clicking the button, or if you want to download results and get actually results for you. You'll have this actual button where you can pop up, and it gives you all the inputs that you were provided, the results, and you can bring this document to the appointment, which is right here at the bottom, how to schedule an appointment with the tax extraordinaire team. So wanting to, that's what I did. So I wanted to make sure that's how I took the screen off. Okay, so wanting to make sure I don't hit that button again, because that way it won't black out, and be able to show us all of the information on our app. So if you want to book a strategy call, you click the button there. It'll go right to the strategy call where you're able to book an appointment. And to book an appointment and our consultation, we charge $500 per hour for our AI legacy blueprint consultations. And so once you actually go through the payment portion, you select a date, and select the time. And that way it'll give you the opportunity to select the date and time as well as pay right within the opportunity and show what you need help with, and get all the information right away. We all do accept Stripe, as well as making sure that the link is pretty popular nowadays as well. Okay, so that's the step of the first app. So booking your strategy call, that's the process to do that. Let's go to the next calculator, so that way we can be able to keep moving forward and being able to help you with the clarity of each calculator and each step. So the next one is the real-time tax refund estimator. Okay, so get a fast, simple estimate of your refund using basic inputs. And so what you do is click the calculator to be able to get the information you need. When you click the calculator, the next step would be, make sure here. So basic info, the tax year being 2025 or 2026, your filing status would be single. Okay, if you have any children under 17, for this example, we'll just put 2. The number of other dependents, if you don't have any others, just leave that as 0. And if your income for W-2, we'll put 150,000. Self-employed net income, if you have a self-employed side gig or hustle, any interest or dividends, any unemployment income, any other taxable income, you put that information provided. Total tax withheld from W-2s. This information can be found typically on box 2 of your statements. So box 2 shows you your this federal withholding and payments. So we'll just put 5,000 there and say that's all you withheld from taxes. And again, you put each indicator that you have, and that way they'll give you any adjustments for 401k, any IRAs, any student loan interest. All this information is information that's needed when you prepare your tax return. If you have any childcare expenses, if you have, we'll put 5,000 in or 6,000 in for the example. Any education expenses if you're in school. So tuition, fees, books, retirement savings, all of that information, and then you can calculate your actual refund estimate. This is so important because so many people want to know if they owe, if they pay. And this tool, you go through and fill out each of these tabs, and it can give you an idea before the end of the year, or even when you do throughout the year. That's why it's great, because again, you can be able to see where you are, if you're withholding enough, not withholding enough. This is the information that you need if you owe, if you don't owe, to prepare you for your actual finances, so you stop leaving money on the table in angles and ways that you didn't realize. So this information here is the full estimator, and it gives you your federal tax before credits, refundable, non-refundable credits, and what this means for you owing taxes. And if you want more of a deep dive into the situation, you're able to schedule a call, download the results, and be able to have a strategy session to not owe. And that's the amazing thing that I love about this calculator. Okay, so let's go to the next calculator here. And if you go to the home button, it will allow you to go to the tax refund estimator. Now, this calculator gives you a detailed refund estimate using income, deduction, and credits. What it's used for is if you have more information about your tax refund, where you want to get a clear idea of what your tax refund is going to look like. If you have the credits, if you have the federal tax withheld, you will use this tab, the tax refund estimator, full caster style. Okay, and so going back to the pillar, you would just click the button here at the bottom, and it goes back right directly to the next pillar for the taxes. The next one is the W-4 refund booster up calculator, adjusting your W-4 to bring home now or get a bigger refund later. This is huge as so many people leave money on the table with their W-4, not knowing what number to put in for their adjustments. So, in other words, for example, we'll go through the example here, tax year 2026. Or we'll go to 2025's, and the single status being single, no children, no dependents, and total estimated gross income for 2026 will stay at 150,000. And regards to, and that includes all your wages, your side income, and other taxable income, and your pre 401k will put a total of $1,000 being your annual total, contributions being $1,000, and same thing with pre-tax childcare. We'll just put $1,000 in for the actual example. And so current withholding. So year to date federal tax withheld. So you can see on your paycheck or your pay stub your year to date federal tax withheld, and you put that information here. So we're just going to say 5,000 for this scenario. Federal tax withheld per paycheck currently. So as of now, what your federal tax withheld per paycheck is, you put that in number there. Number of paychecks this year, number of remaining paychecks this year. So this being towards the end of the year, we're just going to put 2. That way you can kind of get an idea of what this looks like for you. And then pay frequency. Some people are biweekly, weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly. So go ahead and select biweekly or whatever your tab is for your pay. And your goal, which I want a bigger refund, I want to even break even, or I don't know, or I want to lower what I might owe. So we'll just put in, I want to break even, little or no refund. So it can give you an idea on if you do have a target refund. We get that a lot, like, oh, I want to have this number back. Then it'll kind of give you how to adjust your W-4. So this is how to, and it'll tell you, here's how to break even at tax time. What you need to put into here, how to use this with the W-4. What steps did you need to do in regards to your calculations? And all of this information is at your fingertips. So that way you can fill your W-4 out with accuracy during tax time. So going to the next tool, this is a huge one because this is one of the major questions that a lot of people had during tax time. How do I just adjust my W-4? How does the W-4 work? This calculator solves those problems for you. Okay, so now we're going to go to the adjusted gross income calculator, and you can estimate your adjusted gross income to see which credits and deductions you qualify for. So again, you put your W-2 income amount in. You put your self-employment income amount in. We'll use 150,000 for W-2. For self-employed, we'll put 75,000. Say we had a really good self-employment year. Business expenses. Any deductible expenses for self-employment, we'll put 30,000. Any rental income pay, we just put that amount in. We'll put 10,000. And rental income received, excuse me. Any investment income, we'll put 2,000 for that. And again, if you have IRAs or student loan interest or health HSA contributions or self-employment, all of this information is going to allow you to help total what your adjusted gross income looks like. So why this AGI matters, it goes to the deductions, the IRA, the premium tax credits, gives you the different credits in understanding these actual different steps. So one thing I do want to point out, a lot of people want to do their taxes on their own. They use TurboTax and using these online or these free tax services. Why you should actually invest in this tool, it'll allow you to go through these steps and see how these deductions matter for the end result of your tax return at the end of the day. Okay, so next we're going to go into the self-employment tax calculator. So this is a big one, a lot of creators, influencers, so you can know and calculate your estimated self-employment tax, Social Security and Medicare for planning and quarterly tax payments. So again, for the example, tax year 2025, filing status being single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, or head of household, and being able to have a self-employment income amount, say for instance, we'll go $100,000 in self-employment. So that's after business expenses. So your Schedule C profit, my Uber drivers, my Lyft drivers, my DoorDash, like that's all of the Schedule C that you would actually have, just a couple of examples. Self-employment income additional, if you have anything else on the side, any other side gigs, we'll put 5,000 for that. And if you do have a W-2 job as well, as a lot of people are working as well as have side hustles, it can give you an estimated of what self-employment tax, Social Security, and Medicare looks like. So how you should actually have this breakdown, what is it gives you a definition of what is self-employment tax, gives you a calculator so that you can understand these different things and what this means for you, all within the app. That's the beautiful thing about education. It's not just giving you the education, it's giving you directly for your unique situation what this means for you. This is the most important part that allows you to get that clarity and being able to strategize, save, and succeed as are in the taxes pillar. Same thing for the self-employed deductions finder. That's the next calculator here on the list. The self-deductions calculator, we're going to go through the self-employed deductions finder business write-off checker. So identify and calculate your self-employed business deductions for 2025 and 2026. So it goes through the business type. It could be a single member LLC, a partnership, an S-CORP, an independent contractor, a gig worker. So for the case of, we'll go LLC for this example and say I have a digital marketing LLC. Home office used for business, yes. And vehicle use, yes. Do you use your phone for business? Yes. Do you do trade? Do you travel business? Yes. Soon. Expense categories. So these are all the different expenses that you can enter the amount you spent this year in each category. If you don't have any expenses, just say none. So, for example, for marketing, everyone should have marketing if they have a business because marketing is the way that you get your business out there in regards to building your brand. Business supplies, however amount of business supplies, education and training. That's what this tool will go under. You investing in your education and training. So we're going to put 5,000 there because you more than this tool you want for different courses and coaching and certification. These are tax write-offs, my friends, because business you want to make money by learning, and education is the one weapon they can't take from you. Any flights and hotels you had for and travel, any meals and deduction, you only get 50% deductible. Phone and internet, same thing. We'll go 10,000. But no, that's too much. Let's go 5,000. Utilities, if home office, so we'll go 5,000 here. And so you just go ahead and fill in the tabs for each. If you have rent or office or co-working space that you pay every month, so we'll go 10,000, which is normal there. Contracts, anyone that you contract out for your actual job, will go 2,000. But any business mileage, and you put that in miles. So say for instance you had 700 miles. Equipment purchase will go 1,000. And again, business insurance, professional fees, lawyers, accountants, CPAs, booking a call with the tax extraordinaire. So we'll say go 5,000 there, and bank fees, payment processing, or business expenses. You put all of that in there, and it'll calculate your self-employed deduction. So you'll know and have some type of idea what this looks like based on the information you earn, what mileage looks like, how that affects your advertising, marketing, if it's fully deductible, if it's not deductible. This tool is amazing. And we love the fact that it's at least giving you this clarity. And hey, say for instance, you don't understand any of this information. There's two things that you can do. Download the results as a PDF, upload that PDF into a ChatGPT to be able to provide you clarity and ask Chad questions, ChatGPT, or you can actually schedule a review with us where we can actually give you that clarity in understanding this tool. Okay, so this is it's so important for my influencers, my creators, those that just don't understand taxes. This tool is going to help bridge that gap of education and learning that you just didn't get in schools. Okay, so the next one we're going to go through is the Earned Income Tax Credit Estimator. Same thing for each tab is what I want to share with you, is that we're providing the information for you to understand what you qualify for and estimate the credit amount. So earned income being wages, self-employment, only earning income that where it counts. So again, we'll say for earned income tax credit, we'll go 35,000. Single, no qualifying children. See if you're eligible, not eligible. So based on your inputs, you may not qualify for the earned income tax credit because your income is less than the limit, or exceeds the limit, excuse me, for a single with no children. And so here's what this means for you. That's the one thing about this calculator that I love. It's that it's giving you the understanding for you why this calculator is great for you. So you need help turning these numbers into real strategy, book a call or download the results, use ChatGPT, and understanding that you don't have to do this thing called taxes, education, learning how money works alone ever again. The next one is the inflation impact calculator. So we go through there and see how inflation affects your money and real value over time. So you're starting so you can understand how inflation works. Starting amount earlier, the price value will say it was $5,000, right? The ending amount, the price value will say it's about 3,000. And the number of years between, we'll say is about 3 years between. Calculate the inflation impact. Oh my God, it's dropping. So you get the annualized inflation rates. You can understand the analysis value and what it means for you, and understanding the purchasing power and why this matters for taxes in regards to tax brackets and standard deductions and IRS thresholds. This information might sound talking talking French, or if you're not from France, but talking another language. In other words, the tax jargon was not educated to us. And so some of these numbers, it might still not be clear, but the great thing is you can still take it over to ChatGPT, or you can book a strategy call with the tax extraordinaire team, and we'll be able to look at your individual situation and be able to answer questions to be able to give you the clarity that you need in regards to building your brand. Okay, which is you. Everybody has a brand, and I had a client that said, I don't have a brand. Everybody has a brand. Your brand is you. So if being the best version of yourself means taking a code of things like your taxes, everybody should have this AI legacy calculator under their tree in a and for each student, old, young, everybody in the world, seriously, at least in the United States until we make it international, because we don't have that barrier as of yet. Coming soon, coming soon. Okay, capital gains calculator. First, with the capital gains calculator, again, it can provide you an estimate of your federal capital gains tax based on asset type, holding periods, and your income. So, again, if you have a stock or ETF or a crypto, and understanding if it's a primary residence or a rental property or business asset, whatever that is, you put that in for this example. So, for example, let's go with the capital gains calculator for the primary residence. Okay. And the purchase date, we pick a purchase date. We'll say that they purchased on November 5th. Purchase price, we'll say we'll go to $1 million property. And then capital gains, capital improvements, additional costs, optional. Any repairs or improvements that increase the property's value, so major upgrades. So we'll put 5,000 there. And then sale date. So I put November. I purchased it. Okay, let's go back some. Let's say I purchased it in. You can put the actual date, but I'm just going to say I purchased it in January 1st of 2024 on the second. Why not? Okay, and then the sell date, I'm gonna say I sold it on the 12th of November for this example. On the sell price, I sold it for $1,000,005. Okay, make sure I got those zeros right. But now, you know what? Let's go 15 million. Just for the example. Why not? Okay, and others expected taxable income for 2025. We'll say any wages or business income. We'll go 50,000. Did you qualify for home sale exclusion? No, you generally must have owned and lived in a home for 2 out of the last 5 years. So we only had the house for about a year. So we'll say no, calculate capital gains tax, and then we'll scroll down. Wow. See the federal capital gains tax that you would owe. So if I bought it for $1 million and then I sold it for 15, the raw capital gains is 13.9. I only had it for 680 days. And so this calculator is great for investors, for those that are looking into real estate and building their wealth. This is only an estimate now, and I want to put that disclaimer. Let me make sure what time is this? I'm saying this at 38 minutes in. This is an estimate, okay? So all of these numbers, please actually make sure you qualify them with a tax preparer, like a Unica Gaines, the tax extraordinaire team, your CPA. Just make sure that you don't take these as gold, and make sure that this is like the first step to give you that clarity. Okay, so going back to the clear, I want to make sure I put that clear, because capital gains and with your real estate, that's huge, right? You got to understand how these things work. Same thing with a crypto tax calculator. I'm estimate taxes on crypto trades, swaps, and sales. So if I was single and I had other annual income, to say about 100,000, and say I had one crypto trade with Bitcoin is always hot, and the cost basis being 1,000, and the sale proceeds will say 15,000 or 1,500, excuse me, and it was less than a year. Calculate the crypto taxes if there's any. And scroll down, and this button did not work. See, and that's why we do these things live. So the great thing is I can go back and be able to make sure that crypto tax calculator is working effectively. Okay. So the next tool we're going to go to, remember, I'm in the beta, so give me grace. So Bitcoin tax calculator, quick and access. Same thing with this one. Let's see if this Bitcoin tax calculator is going to work for us. So we put our Bitcoin purchase in, and crypto being a big one with a lot of people. 4,500 long term. Let's see if it's gonna give me love. And yay, okay. So the Bitcoin capital loss. We put in 20,000, sold it for 4,500, so we had a loss of 15,500. And you have a capital loss of 15,500. This can offset other capital gains and up to 3,000 of ordinary income per year. So it's giving you the understanding of what it means for you for each one. So I have to make sure I make a note to go back to the crypto calculator and make sure that one's working effectively. Okay, so the next one is the lottery and price tax calculator. So again, lottery, everyone, we're in, well, you can put anybody's business out there, but lottery and prize tax calculator for those that love the lottery. See what you actually keep after taxes on lottery prize income. So important, lottery winnings are taxed as ordinary income at the highest federal tax rate of 37% for large amounts. This calculator provides estimates. Consult a tax professional, like the tax extraordinary Nika Gaines, for exact amounts. Okay, so winnings before taxes. Say before taxes, I went down to Motor City Casino or MGM Grand or Greektown Casino. I believe they have another name now. But anyway, so 10,000, say I won $10,000. Single status. I'm in the state of let's see. Of course, Michigan's not gonna be in there. So we're gonna go Nevada. Oh, the other state. So I will go other state just because I'm talking about Michigan and calculate what I keep. So you actually out of 10,000 winning, Sam still comes to get your money with winning at the lottery. So $5,800 you win at the lottery. And here's what this means. Out of your $10,000 winnings, you pay approximately $4,200 in total taxes. Sam is everywhere. So the lottery will withhold 24% upfront, and your state of residence other will also tax your winnings at approximately 5%, adding $500 in for state taxes. So I'm in the state of Michigan. So setting aside at least 42% of your winnings immediately to cover the tax bill. So what that means for you, my lottery people, is you're still not like you're addicted to gambling and they're still taxing you in regards to your income. Think about that. You think you're lucky? Like the luck is not realizing how these things work in your money, right? That's why I'm doing this tour. That's why we built this tool. And he has seen so many different situations over the years, and people just in awe, thousands of dollars gone up in smoke. So this tool at least gives you the first step to clarity. It might not be, of course, etched in stone for you, but the one thing it can be is the starting point. And that's what we wanted to give you. Okay, and the next is the gift tax calculator, checking if large gifts trigger tax or use your lifetime exemption. So say the gift amount being 25,000, gift year 2025 or 2025, okay? In relationship, say the relationship is your parent, okay? Calculate the gift tax. Okay, so the gift tax return, that's 250,000, not 25,000, excuse me. So the gift tax return required 250,000 gift amount. So you have an exclusion amount. So the reportable amount is 231,000. So what does this mean? That means you still have to report to SAM, the IRS, in regards to gifts and understanding the different options if you're single or if you're married. And that this clarity of this tool is what, again, is what this means for you in knowing about Form 709 for your gift tax return. So because your gift of 250,000 exceeds the exclusion of 19,000. So all of this might sound like French. I'm saying French because I know a little Spanish. So so it might sound foreign to you, but that's why this calculator is your first step. This is like your bridge between knowing nothing and knowing something, right? So the next one we're going to look at is the tax reform impact calculator. So same thing, this calculator is used to see how changes in your tax law may affect your refund or your balance due. So again, I'm going to stay with the single status. Say the old prior year income was 100,000, and then prior year deductions, there's that 10,000, 100,000. Prior year deductions, we'll do a 5,000. In the current year, so new with the new tax rules, right? Ooh, I had a good year, 150,000. And then current year deductions, we're gonna go 10,000. See what the impact. Oh my gosh, you're paying more under the current law. So it's giving you the breakdown of old rules versus new rules, what this means for you. And this could change in different tax brackets and standard deduction amounts and the action steps that you need to take. Consider consider increasing your pre-tax retirement contributions, you're maximizing your HSA, or exploring other tax advantage strategies to offset the increase. So this gives you the steps so you're not walking into tax season blind. You're not walking into a situation, don't know what to do. That's what the AI legacy blueprint calculator is allowing you to do. Educate you, giving you those first steps. So the next group we're going to talk about is the pro level tax strategy tools. Can I write this off? Deduction quiz. So this quiz is going to kind of give you a quick quiz to check if an expense is likely deductible. So the type of expense, we're going to look at the type of expense: home office, business travel, business meals, vehicle mileage. So a common one we're going to go with, which is where people have questions, is business meals, but it could be equipment, clothing, education or training, advertising and marketing, internet and phone, business gifts, or business insurance. I click business meals and business use percentage. I'm gonna go 50. Do you have documentation? Documentation. That's huge. Yes, I have proper documentation. Check the deductibility. I only can deduct 25%. So 50% deductible for business meals, must have business purposes and not be lavish. Entertainment expenses are generally not deductible. So here's what this means for you. Business meals expenses are typically partially deductible. So with 50% business use, you can deduct approximately 25% of this expense. So what this means for you is, the IRS requires that business expenses be ordinary and necessary for your trade or business. So make sure you keep your documentation. We're going to talk about that as we even create an ebook on deep documentation for you. So that way you can have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed when you're actually looking into building your brand. Okay. So we were in the pillar taxes. We did the can I write off a deduction quiz? The next one is a huge one: real estate professional status eligibility. Test if you meet the IRS rules for real estate professional status eligibility status. Now, what this means is, in regards to more than this is what the real estate professional status eligibility is. You have to have more than 750 hours in real estate trades or businesses, more than 50% of total working hours in real estate, material participation in the real estate activities. So all of that, it might sound confusing. So for this one, I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to copy this whole screen with my snipping tool on my actual computer. As you would do the same, and I would write copy and I would paste this into ChatGPT, and I would come over to ChatGPT in a new chat, and I would paste this right here in the ChatGPT chat. Please explain this image in third grade terms. And this will give you the understanding of what the real estate professional status eligibility is. Now, two things I want to point out to you while Chad is going to work here. Chad GPT from the D. What number one is that, again, did you notice that I copied and pasted the actual screen print of the calculator and pasted it into Chad, which give you that bridging that gap of unclarity of knowing anything to bring it over to your AI tool that's going to make it simple and easy, which is number 2 point I want to point out is I asked Chad to please explain this image in third grade terms. You have to keep it very clear and simple and easy and tell Chad exactly what you want to do. If you want to talk like you're from Harvard, he'll give you that too. But right now, keeping it simple and easy. So here's the picture explained in like you're a third grader. This page is a simple test to see if someone is a real estate professional. It asks you 3 questions. How many hours do you spend doing real estate work? How many hours do you work in total each year? And are you really involved in the real estate work? To pass the test, you need to work more than 1,750 hours. So at the bottom, there's a yellow button that says check your eligibility, which means click here to see if you qualify. That's it. It's basically a checklist asking, do you work in real estate a lot? so, so again, what the next thing I would do is I would recommend going back to the calculator and putting in the information. So hours spent in real estate activities annually, right? So we're going to put 1,000 and total working hours 2,000. And put in the chat for me if you're watching here live, or even if you're watching a replay, if you have heard of real estate professional status eligibility. Just put a state in the taxes, in the chat for me, just to make sure that I'm not alone. So while it's checking the reps eligibility, you don't qualify yet. It's giving you you might have the hours, but you don't have the more than half of the total hours. So again, these material participation, you don't qualify to meet all the reps requirements. So you'll need to spend more than 50% of your total income working in real estate. This is huge because a lot of people want to come in with real estate and say, I bought this house, I bought this commercial property, and have these tax write-offs. It doesn't, there's more rules to it. It's rules to this thing. And you can download this information. And if you need more assistance, book a strategy call. Okay. So again, going and understanding real estate professional status eligibility, and going back to the pillar for the next one. Itemize versus standard deduction analyzer. This is huge. Whether or not I should itemize or if I should take the standard deduction. This actually allows you to compare to see which situation is best for you. So I will go in, put in the mortgage interest paid. I will put in the property taxes on the property that I'm in, the state and local income taxes, the charitable contributions, if any, medical expenses, as well as other itemized deductions. Compare these deductions, estimate it, itemize. Don't take the standard. So again, you want to get the max amount. And this is so huge. We saw so many people this tax season that were doing their own TurboTax and doing their own taxes on their own, like doing them on their own, missing out on these deductions, missing out on thousands of dollars doing not itemizing and just taking the standard deduction. The world wants you to play on the fact of not getting the education that you need. That's what they want you to do. That's why all these free tools are out here. So we're going to try to save as many people as possible by investing in this simple tool for a very, 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 very comparable price. Because again, this is our beta testing of our app because we want your feedback. We want to be able to help people with these opportunities to be able to stop leaving money on the table. The cost segregation mini estimator. This is a huge one as well because a lot of company or a lot of real estate, you might see the advertisements where you can actually do a cost buy an investment property and do a cost segregation mini estimator. What that means is looking at the appreciated that depreciation benefits on the actual property. So what is cost segregation, Adrian? Guess what? The tool tells you right there in black and white. Cost segregation accelerates depreciation by reclassifying building components into shorter life asset classes, 5, 7, 15, instead of depreciating the entire building over 27 and a half years or 39 years. What does that mean? Guess what? It's two things you can do with that. Either you can book a call or you can use ChatGPT, take a snapshot, and go over and actually put in the actual question that you may have directly. So for the property type, let's look at a multifamily apartment type, right? And you purchase the property for $2 million. Right? Okay, an estimated land value, we're going to go with $4 million. In service year 2025, estimate the cost of savings. So extra first year depreciation is giving you a breakdown, the asset reclassification on the 5-year, 7-year, 15-year, 39-year. It's giving you a cost segregation study should accelerate approximately 194,000 in depreciation to the first year. It's so many people that are leaving money on the table in regards to not doing a cost depreciation, investing this little maybe I know they range in the cost of maybe between a good one anyway can go between 2,500 to 5,000 to thousands in regards to, but if you have a millions that you're saving in property, isn't it worth it? So cost segregation is this is a rough estimate, and that's what the calculator is here for, is to give you these estimates and you can download this information so that we can bring this actual information to a strategy call so we can answer these questions for your customized scenario. Okay, so that's the cost segregation mini estimator. Now, the next one we're going to go to is the tax strategy savings protection, 1 to 5 years. So this gives you a forecast potential for tax savings from proactive strategy over 1 to 5 years. It's great to do things now, but what about 2026? What about 2027, 2028, 2029? That's what this actual calculator is for. So say your current annual tax bill is $5,000, right? And so well, that's not going to be true. So let's go 50,000. And projected annual tax savings from the strategy 10,000. Okay. Projection period 5 years and annual growth rate we'll go at 1.3. And well, it says in savings each year is about 4 or 5. Okay. So reinvest tax savings? No, we just want to accumulate it and see what happens. So over 5 years, $55,000 can be your actual projected savings. What this tells you is if you sit down with and get a strategy for your taxes, right? Get an actual evaluation and and input the numbers and have the output. This graph will show you what the savings chart would look like, what the step-by-step savings would be for your unique situation. So over 5 years, you have a proactive strategy. You could be saving over $55,000. Wouldn't that be worth it, my friends? That's why I'm on this 32 tour because again, these things are small changes that you can make in a strategy session, investing in yourself and understanding that money on the table, hidden money. We're going to find the money, right? Child tax credit estimator. If you have children, calculate the child tax credit, including the refundable additional child tax credit portion based on your income and number of qualifying children. So filing status wouldn't be single if you have children. It would most likely either be married, filing jointly, head of household. So even, you can put in the amount here. Let's see, the adjusted gross income. We're staying with 150,000. Number of children, 2 or 3. Okay, we'll go 3. And number of children under age 17, we'll go to calculate the child tax credit. Oh, you get your child tax credit of $4,000. So here's what this means for you. So based on 2 qualified children under the age of 17, how much that amount is, and again, always the opportunity to book a strategy call to give these real numbers to give you a better idea what you need to do. Same thing with the education credit estimator. It allows you to compare the American Opportunity Tax Credit and Lifelong Learning Credit to see which education tax credit gives you the most benefit. So again, the status being single, married, filing jointly, head of household. The amounts, you put the undergraduate 4 year, we're staying with 150,000. Undergraduate for 4 years, tuition paid. School's expensive, right? 15,000. Course materials, books, supplies, equipment, 1,000. Okay, we'll check it out. And then your credit amount is 0 in this situation. Why? Because we recommend that the credit give you 0. The American Opportunity Tax Credit is worth up to $2,500 per student and covers tuition fees and course materials. So it's only available for the first years of undergraduate education for students enrolled at least half time in the degree program. So you cannot claim both credits for the same student in the same year. These estimates assume you meet all eligibility requirements. My point is, for your unique situation, you're able to utilize this tool to a calculator to be able to see how this would apply to your unique situation. Same thing for the IRS penalty and interest estimator. This is a huge one. So calculating estimated late filing and late payment penalties plus interest charges for overdue taxes. Understanding that these costs can help you prioritize paying your tax debt. So tax amount owed, we'll go 10,000. Taxes overdue, we'll stay with 90 days. Failure to pay on time, see what the penalty is. And it'll show you your penalty and interest summary. And this shows you a huge breakdown, tells you the why behind it. And this is, again, catered to your unique situation. So the household filing status optimizer, same thing, same process. So what you look at is household comparing different filing statuses to find which one gives you the best tax outcome. See side-by-side estimates for single household, married filing single or married filing jointly. And so you're able to put in this information to maximize your household filing status. So tax year 2025, we'll go marital status married. Do you have any dependents? Yes. Do you number of dependents? 2. Do you have any qualifying children living with you more than half the year? No. Or no, yes, excuse me. Yes. Your W-2 wages, 150,000. Your spouse's wages is 150,000. And your self-employment, 20,000. Spouse self-employment, he has a side hustle too, 20,000. And federal tax withheld from your income. So that's where, that bots 2. Remember, it's bots 2, 22,000, 20,000. Living situation, did you pay more than half the cost to keep up your living home? Yes. Is your spouse living with you last 6 months of the year? Yes. Are you supporting a dependent? And yes. Okay. And then compare. Best estimated filing status is telling you how to do it separately. See how for my married couples, how you will, if I should do it together, if I should marry jointly or separately, it maximizes you $20,000 if you do it separately. So just these little things with this tool, like this, I have to call my business partner because we might need to raise the price of this tool because saving you thousands. And I'm telling you, this is the pre-launch pricing, and this will change. Like once this calculator, like it's going to show people so much, gives people so much clarity in regards to how they should file their taxes. This is a no-brainer. Like this investment is something that you should literally, when I show you the 90-day challenge, and this is an annual cost that we're charging, this right here, I know this is the introduction. Like, and I'm being honest and transparent because I know, like I said, this is the pre-beta launch. The reason we're doing a live at 4 p.m. every day until the end of 2025 is because the prices are going to change in 2026. We're going to put the time investing going and showing as many people as possible how this tool will work for them in their unique situation. And so it can work for you too. That's the whole point. So we got to the end of the taxes pillar. At the bottom here, which is also linked in the main page, is the Tax Resource Hub. Now, the Tax Resource Hub is a hub where the tax extraordinaire herself has wanted to provide a place where everything can be in one place where most people need these things all in one place, right? Number one being the budget calculator. This is huge. Everybody needs to know how to do a budget. You can watch the YouTubes, you can look at the different people in regards to how to do a budget. But in this calculator, it's giving you step-by-step instructions on how to break down your monthly take-home income using the 50-30-20 budgeting method. So entering your after-tax income and the calculator will automatically show the recommended amounts for needs, wants, and savings debt 20%. So this tool helps you understand how to structure your budget in a simple, balanced, and sustainable way. This is a huge one because a lot of people do not know how to do a budget. This is huge. So in regards to the budget, using this calculator to break down your monthly take-home income using the 50-30-20 budgeting method. And as I share with you, so monthly income after taxes, we're going to say 10,000 after taxes, right? Calculate the budget. So the whole breakdown, what it's going to do is give you your needs are going to be $5,000, your wants are going to be $3,000, and your savings to debt is going to be $2,000. Now, what is a need? What is a want? What is a saving and debt? So needs are those essential expenses required for daily living: rent, mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, childcare, minimum debt payments, basic household bills. Now, your wants are these are optional lifestyle expenses: shopping, vacations, travel, dining out, streaming services, gym memberships, entertainment, personal upgrades. 20% savings and debt. This category supports financial security and long term goals: emergency fund, retirement contributions, additional debt payments, education savings, long term savings goals. So, what you're going to do is enter your monthly income after taxes. So, remember, we broke down for my $10,000 budget. It gives you the whole breakdown what this means for you. So using 10,000, 5,000 being those essentials, 3,000 for lifestyle, and 2,000 for savings and debt, we can actually help you with a personalized strategy. But this gets you started in regards to what that looks like. Okay, so that's huge. Getting that looking at that calculator. Now, the key tax deadlines and things that you need to know. Annual filing tax deadlines. It's the whole key tax deadline breakdown for 2026 that's coming up for you. S corporations, C corporations, LLC. If you have a 990 with your 1099s, all of this calculator is all in one spot, is my point, right? Filing your taxes with the tax extraordinaire. Say you don't have a tax preparer, you can just click the link there and it goes right into the tax extraordinaire's website, so you can actually meet the founder, get started, and sign in and create a, go ahead and take action in regards to being a part of the tax extraordinaire team. So, you can go right and click on the buttons and then create an account, log in, and if you're not a client as of yet, you can sign up for tax preparation and get started in the step-by-step method right from the app. So amazing. IRS filing instructions. So you can go right into the IRS filing instructions in regards to understanding, goes right to the IRS website. When to file, gives you clarity so that you can go step by step, not having your returns. All of this in one place for you right at your fingertips. Getting an extension to file. If you need to file an extension and not understanding what that means, click the button and we can go right into the IRS website and it shows you and what it means to get an extension to file on your tax return, all in one place. My gosh. Okay. Your IRS account and identity security. So a lot of people don't understand that they can set up a IRS PIN so you can view your tax records, manage your payments, and access your account information online right from the app. You click the button, it goes right on how to set up an online account for your tax records. So that's where the link takes you right away. The next one being you're getting your IRS tax transcripts, a huge one, because a lot of people, you can download your official transcripts and for your loans, your benefits, or for verification. So right in the app, right in the calculator goes right to where you go on the IRS website to actually get your tax records and your transcripts. Next one for you, IRS forms and instructions library. So you can browse and download all the official IRS forms right in the app. Goes right to the IRS website, forms, instructions, and publications. All of the forms that you may need: the 1040, the W4, the 1040 ES, the W9, your 4506T, 941, your W2, the 9465, the SS4, the W7. All of the forms that are on the website, you can access them all in one place. Okay. The next one being your 1040 series. So your tax returns, so your Schedule 1, your Schedule 2, your Schedule 3, your seniors, the W4, the 1040 ES. All of these forms, if you click the button, it goes directly to that actual form so you have it right at your fingertips right within the app. That is the greatest thing about it. Like, if, for example, I love the 1040. You can go right to the 1040 so you can have what the 1040 looks like. This is the 2024 edition. Again, right at your fingertips so you can actually get all the information that you need. Okay. So these are all of the different forms, life events. It goes right to it. Have a tax glossary in there. Maybe you don't understand any of the words that's coming out of my mouth in regards to taxes. Got you covered. Has a tax glossary right there that's common terms that you can actually look for. So, say for instance, I didn't know what audit meant. Oh, there's audit, an IRS examination of your tax return to verify that income and deductions are reported correctly. So again, and then so you want to check the status of your tax return, right? So you can go and click the button here, and guess what happens? It goes right to the where's right. It goes, where's my refund, IRS, right within the tax the calculator. Then you have your state refund checkers. Now, this is so important because if everyone is not, and it helps people all around the world, or excuse me, all around the country. And so you might not be in Michigan. So Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Georgia, Delaware, Connecticut, wherever your status, your tax home is, you can check the status from the link here. So for Michigan, for example, click on the link. It goes right to the actual website for me to go and check the status of my where's my refund. I would click the button and fill out the information to check the status of my state refund, all at your fingertips. Do you understand how powerful this calculator is? And so the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator, we just went through pillar one, and we just went through step by step all of the information that's in pillar one. Now, pillar one is the longest pillar out of all the pillars because taxes being the tax extraordinaire, right? Wanting to make sure you have the clarity and understanding and the steps needed to maximize and strategize, save and succeed, as the motto that Enika goes by. And so, wanting to make sure we were as comprehensive as possible, not only to number one, have a main hub for you to go to check all of your documentation, your information, but the other reason is as well is to stop me leaving money on the table. There's so much many opportunities that they're not taught in regards to understanding this money game. So that's something that we're solving with this actual tool, and that is the first pillar of the actual excuse me, that is the first pillar that we went through with the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. Now, the rest of the pillars are not as long, and so it should not be as long in regards to getting that information. So let's get started. Next is credit. Now, within the credit, we have four sections that you actually can go through as well. Credit utilization calculator. We have the credit score impact simulator, the hard inquiry recovery tool, and the credit repair priority tool. So with credit repair, we actually outsource someone to for credit repair, but we do consult in regards to what your credit score needs to be and understanding and how to be. We used to have a credit repair company, but now we outsource that credit repair opportunity to be able to optimize your credit score and unlocking better rates, approvals, and financial opportunities. So we would direct people to invest in the app because in the app, for example, the credit utilization calculator, this calculates your credit utilization ratio and learn how to optimize it for a better score. Utilization is 30% of your FICO score. So, say your total credit card balances is $5,000. Total credit limits is $20,000. So it will calculate the utilization. So I put 2,000, excuse me, $20,000. It'll calculate the utilization. Okay, there we go. And you're in a good, it'll tell you the status, they'll give you a breakdown and what this is important for your unique situation. So you to leverage your credit strategically for wealth building, book a call with the tax extraordinaire team and we'll be able to take care of you and answer any questions that will be able to help you in regards to what you're looking to do for your credit opportunities. The next thing is the credit score impact simulators. This one actually simulates how different actions like paying down your debt, removing late payments, clearing collections could improve your credit score. So say your credit score right now is a 700 and your credit score can be between 300 and 850. So your credit utilization is 30. Your number of late payments, say there's 2 on your report. Number of collections, it will say 1. And you want to pay down, your planned actions is to pay down 10,000 in credit card debt. And you're successfully disputed a few amounts or what have you, and it can simulate your credit score impact. And excuse me, 700 is the credit score. Gives you a projected credit score if you do that. 774 if I utilize the plan that's provided right here within this calculator and app. So ready to build strategically, that's how you get it done. Okay. So going back to the next credit pillar, we are going to click the back button here. The next one is hard inquiry recovery tool. Understanding how long credit inquiries impact your score and when you can fully recover. Plan your credit application strategically. So say you have 3 hard inquiries on your credit report. Your credit profile strength, saying the 700, well, we'll go, actually, let's go week. Okay, say I have less than 620. So impact assessment, 3 hard inquiries are going to affect your score tremendously with 22 points, and it takes 2 years to actually have a full recovery. So it gives you tips on and strategies on what you should do to actually have a better situation for your credit. The next one being the credit repair priority tool. AI powered fits order. Know exactly what to fix first for your fastest score boost. So say for instance, my score is a 650 and the credit card balances are 5,000, limits are at 10,000, late payments have 1, any late last 6 months, no, no collections, nothing like that. What needs fixing? Late payments, right? And then ability to pay. Say I can do 500 and I don't have a lump sum often. So your personalized plan, it gives you a plan. Lower your utilization, remove your recent late payments, your next 30 days. And the next step for you as well is, typically with credit, what you want to do is write letters to the actual companies, and you have to wait 30 days for a response before you can act next. So the one thing that is not on here as an extra bonus that I will actually provide for you is when you're actually doing credit, you get a free credit report, one a year, that's actually given to you one a year. So you can get your free credit report in a few different ways. If you type into Google free credit report, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are your 3 credit bureaus that you actually can work with. The one that is recommended, I would go with Experian. Now, in regards to getting a free credit report with Experian, you can get your credit score. It can allow you to see where your status is. You can check your FICO and it's a free credit report that you actually can get. Now, the part that you pay for is monitoring. You don't have to pay for monitoring if you just want to actually see what your credit report is. I would recommend you utilize Experian to go through those steps, get your free report, get your FICO score, and go through the steps to be able to sign up and understand how to work on your credit. Okay. So the next thing we're going to go through, let's go back to the app. That was just a little bonus there for you. So we finished with the credit pillar and on to the next pillar, which is real estate. Woo, real estate. Real estate is fun. Okay. So if we want to own our future, making informed decisions about home buying, investment properties, and real estate planning. This is amazing for my realtors, my commercial real estate, my mortgage brokers, my loan officers, my anyone that's dealing with mortgage with real estate. This is the calculator for you. Like, so for the first one, even if you're looking to buy a home, that's I'll show you the first time home buying tab, which is amazing as well. So it can give you the opportunities of what you need to know when buying your first home, all in one app. My friends, this is game changing. Okay, so the mortgage payment calculator calculates your monthly mortgage payment, including principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and HOA fees. So, say for instance, the home price right now, home prices are high, 450,000, and we're going to do a down payment, of 10,000, right? Interest rate is 7%, long term. They have a 40-year mortgage now, so you can use that as well. Annual property taxes will keep it at 4,200. Annual homeowners insurance and monthly HOA fees being 150. Now, to calculate the monthly payment, this tool is going to give you the home price, the down payment being 20%, which is 100,000, and so it's going to tell you the monthly payment because you see I put in 100,000, but anyway, the down payment. And what your monthly payment's going to look like, what's your principal, your interest, your taxes, your insurance, your long-term costs, the total amount paid with that interest amount over 30 years. Typically, you should stay in your home. If not stay in your home, refinance your home. Use it as an investment. How the wealthy use their mortgage, they don't stay in a home 30 years. They don't stay in a home 15 years. They stay in a home between 5 to 7 years, or they're refinancing and taking that equity out of their home and building something else, investing in other properties, investing in opportunities, building multifamily homes. Like, That's the way that you build wealth. So if you're on a billionaire journey, everybody doesn't have to be on one, but using your home as not just somewhere to live, but think of it as somewhere you can invest and grow and build. That's what you're building is wealth with a house. Mortgage affordability calculator. Now, you can discover how much house you can afford based on your income, debts, and down payment. This is huge for people that call and talk about their mortgage and want to buy a house. Am I ready yet? Do I have enough money? Can I actually get started? This is the tool for you to be able to figure that out. So you can get a realistic price range that fits into your budget. So for example, say my monthly income is $10,000, right? And my monthly debt payments before the mortgage is $1,000. I have about $5,000 in down payment available, and the interest rate is at 7%. The DTI rate show 28, tax rate 1.2, monthly insurance, calculate affordability. Let me see what the interest rates are right now. Interest rates for home 25. I know the rates change to see where rates are today, but I would still say with 70%, 7% if I were you. Let's see, it won't even tell you where are rates today. Can I ask where are rates today? See if I can get an answer, because typically they want you to go through their whole process. Daily 6.23%. So that's where rates are today. And that's if you have great credit and everything else. So 6.23 cents. So I'm gonna stay with 7. So calculate the affordability. How much can you afford? You can afford with $10,000 in monthly income. About a house is around 207,000. Range being 166 to 207, and your down payment being at 5,000. Your estimated monthly payment 1,600. So think about it. $10,000 I put in there as your monthly income. Monthly debts at 1,000. Down payment available 5,000, and your debt to income ratio at 28%. Look how much a house you can buy. Okay, and I'm going to show you. It's giving you your debt to income ratio, it's giving you a breakdown or what have you. This will allow you qualify. Now it's showing you $207,000 in the house. Now the tool that I use for mortgages when I'm doing mortgage consultations or what have you, typically is realtor.com. So realtor.com, is our go-to because it gives you a good estimate on where mortgages and houses and pricing are in, gives you pricing where they are. So I'm going to use an example of 48221 in the Michigan, right? And just so you can see where housing is right now. So if I had $10,000 in income, how you can get a house in foreclosure. Uh, so, but houses for sale, they have some pretty good houses. Now, look at that. So see how you talk. So, but they're in foreclosure, and you see how the pricing of these houses are in 48221. Another house zip code that is a good zip code 48219. See where the house prices are. And this is how you determine so you can get a house with $10,000 in income. Like, look at me like, okay. So 48219 being the search, and it's going to take forever for me. And we're not going to wait on realtor.com. So anyway, so you see how you would go and take that information. Okay, there we go. Realtor.com. So the pricing of homes, not bad. So you can get a house with $200,000, a $200,000 house. There are homes available. So you would go and see after using the tool, can I buy a house? Is right now a good time to buy? And I would answer yes, because again, there's houses for sale, nice houses for good prices in the actual 48219 zip code. So that's how you would take that tool and take it to the next step and see, hey, okay, I have my maximum home price. I know how much monthly, and I can go to the next level. Nice. All right, so let's go to the next pillar. The next one is the refinance savings calculator. This is huge, my friends, because determining if refinancing your mortgage makes financial sense all in one place, mind you. Now, say you're already in a house, right? Your current interest rate was 7%. And the new interest rate, now, if you see the interest rates right now, it's 6.2. So I'm going to go 6.2. The remaining loan balance is 300,000. Say you have 25 years left in this loan, and the new loan is going to be a 30-year. So let's go, actually, I'm going to go 15 years left in this loan. And on the current loan, your estimated closing costs, I'm going to go 10,000. Now, this is going to tell you whether or not is it worth it or is it not worth it. Refinancing may not be worth it, or it may be worth it. So You see how the breakdown, you put the numbers in and it gives you clarity. That's what this tool is giving you. It's giving you financial clarity. So you're not just doing things and just nilly-willing through life in regards to how your money works. This tool is giving you the direction that you need to make better and informed decisions about your money. Rent versus buy decision calculator. Say, for instance, you're renting. Should I buy a house? Should I not buy a house? You see where the market is, right? So, say currently you're renting for $2,500. The home prices right now in the areas that I've been looking in is $450,000. Down payment would be at least $10,000. Interest rate being 7%. Loan term 30 years. Annual property tax 4,200. Annual insurance 1,200. Take me back to my quick loan days, rocket mortgage days. Okay, annual maintenance 3,500. And so calculating buying is better. So you look at whether or not it makes sense to pay or rent or if I should buy right now, because depending on your situation, it may make sense. So in other words, if you save over $4,000 over 7 years, you get more house. So if you're renting at 2,500, total monthly buying is 3,800, but it's comparing over a 5-year period. So again, you look at the keys of equity. Like I said, you stay in your house between 5 to 7 years. This is the tool for you to be able to give you that clarity on how I should move as a renter or as a buyer. So you're making better informed decisions. This is another huge one, commercial mortgage calculator. So calculating your cap rates, your NOIs, your debt service coverage ratios, which is DSCR, and payment estimators for commercial real estate investments, analyzing property performance and financing positions. So options. Same thing, put the numbers in, $1,000,000, say the loan amount is 750 and down payment, okay, 34,750. Thank you for that. Interest rate 7%, 25 years, income, say not even a little bit more. So I'm gonna say monthly income at 30,000, vacancy rate 5, monthly operating expenses 3,500. We'll keep the idea that's in there. Appreciate that. 6,000. And you go through and put in the different tabs for you. Closing costs, 25,000. And you'll see the calculate, oops, the loan amount cannot see the purchase price. See how it gives me to think of that area. So let me see the purchase price, the loan amount. Let's take off the 0. Sorry about that. Let's see here. There. So it's got troubleshooting right within it too, right? So come on, this app is amazing. So key investment metrics and allowing you to get breakdowns, debt service and cash flow, return projections, all, and it gives you analysis on the return on your investment, risk mitigation, everything that's needed for an investment in a commercial property. I'm telling you, the reason going through all of this is this video is to walk through each and every calculator. So the rest of the tour is going to show you how each different audience can benefit from different tools within the calculator. So that's why I have to go have this long video going through each calculator. So this can be within the community, this can be within whoever purchases it will have a copy of this within the community so that they can go and see how this can actually work for their unique situation. So commercial mortgage tool, it goes into and gives you breakdown in regards to starting with realistic numbers, tell you about it so you don't have that fear of what each one is. And again, you can go and put those numbers in and analyze deals and see if the deal is actually a good idea for you or not. Rental property deal analyzer. This tool helps you if you're trying to think about a basic deal about a property. If you want to go all in regards to monthly, gives you monthly cash flow. You put in the different examples, and the calculator teach you about the property, the loan details, the income, the monthly operating system, and analyze the deal for you right at your fingertips. Okay. Short-term rental income analyzer. My Airbnb, my vacation rental homes, my this is anybody doing short-term rentals, whether the property is a house, a condo, a tiny home, a luxury rental, a multi-unit. This calculator shows you average daily rate, your expected occupancy rate, projected annual revenue, management fees, platform fees, your actual profit. So a lot of people are doing things and they might be rich on paper, but after when you break things down, they're not making any money. So let's look at a beach house. Purchase price being 300,000. Estimated closing cost 10,000. Okay. And then, average daily rate. And then we have the occupancy rate at 65%, cleaning fee being 100. You have the guest paying for that. Average length of stays being 3 nights. The short-term rental operating expenses, utilities paid, would say $5,000. And you put these information in so for your situation to see, are you making money or are you just doing something? Because the bad thing is about Airbnb and all these different things. You hear this new craze like, oh, I can go and put my house on Airbnb. Doesn't make sense. That's what this calculator is going to tell you. So you put in all the expenses that you're putting in and doing for your short-term rental property management fees, because you say you're not even doing the property management. It's typically between 15 to 25%. HOA fees, if there's any loan, if it's an actual loan, right? And then it can calculate the potential. So it gives you a deal snapshot, whether or not this makes sense for you or not. Cash flow in the red, monthly cash flow not looking good. So again, having this expense breakdown, you being able to see your profitability overview, that's when you look and see whether or not, this might not make sense for me. Maybe I should do this. So that's what that short-term rental income analyzer does. Same thing for the multifamily property analyzer, the fix and flip calculator. I want to get to this first-time home buyer readiness. So let me click through it real quick. So in other words, the multifamily property analyzer for duplexes, triplexes, and apartment buildings. So unit by unit income tracking with vacancy analysis for multifamily investments. So you put in this information and see whether or not it makes sense for you actually to go forward with a multifamily property. Same thing for the fits and flip calculator. Should I do a fits and flip? So in the investing, because you have to hold it now. You can't do it like back in the day where you have to hold it for a certain amount of time, at least 6 months, before you can actually refinance or do anything with it. So it looks at holding costs, the potential profit from flipping properties. So it goes through all of these, the 70% rule in regards to seating amount. So it's giving you all the information needed. And these are the steps that we walk through if you needed help in an appointment when you do a mortgage consultation. Now, one of my favorite, especially as an ex-mortgage broker, is looking at the first-time homebuyer readiness. This tool is amazing. So if you're looking to buy a home, this is something that is not taught in schools, which should be, because think about it. When you get done with school, you had to have somewhere to live when you move out of mom and dad's house, right? So understanding how your first time home buyer or how it works, income, property, assets, credit. Can you comfortably afford the monthly payment? Is the home you want realistic for your budget? Do you have enough saved for your down payment, closing costs, and emergencies? Credit. Does your credit history show you're responsible with debt? So this is going to give you an analyzer and breakdown to see, am I ready? Almost there, maybe need to make a plan first. So say my monthly income is $10,000. Say my monthly debt is $1,000. Select my stability. Do you expect your income to be stable for the next 2 to 3 years? Yes, I have a W-2 job, right? Property pillar, is this price range realistic? Say I want that $450,000 house. Estimated taxes yearly is going to be 3,600, 1,200, zero. Assets, do I have enough cash to close? Say I have 15,000 in the bank. Emergency, I have $5,000. Preferred loan type, conventional. And I'm a fan of conventional, just that PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Not a fan. And credit pillar, is your credit ready? I got a 700. I'm doing amazing. Any late payments? No. Any bankruptcies? No. Now, this doesn't mean like that you can or can't get a house, but this is going to tell you almost there. So you're closer than you think. A few focus moves on income, assets, or credits can put you right in a great spot. So it's giving you a score on what your income is great, property great, but we have those assets and we need to get that credit. We're a little bit better. So it's giving you some recommendations on next steps for first-time home buyers, which I think is huge. Like my mortgage professionals, every mortgage professional needs to have one of these. Like every one of them, because think about it. I can be at an appointment, I can literally be inside of a house and just talking to a client, and let's say I'm a realtor, for example, and they're showing the house, and you can ask those questions. Oh, well, so how much are you making, John and Joe? Oh, you're making about this amount, this amount. Well, this is how much a house you can afford. You know what? We might need to not waste our time and go see these houses. We might need to go and do this. You can use this in your business so many different ways to save you time, which is the number one asset you can't get back. Okay. And the same thing for the debt to income ratio. What that is it gives you a calculator to estimate your loan eligibility for lenders. So they look at your eligibility of financial health, monthly income being 10,000, put in 1,500, 400, 300, 200, and 100. So that's for the mortgage payment, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, any other debt. It's going to calculate your debt to income ratio based on those numbers and gives you a debt to income ratio. which gives you the breakdown, your path to because you're reaching 20%, which is excellent. So your DTI ratio is 25%, which is good. And so, in other words, under 20% gives you maximum financial feasibility, and they want to be under 43. Okay. So again, that's the mortgage tab. That was the second longest because having that passion and knowing that you own your future with real estate, the way you do that is creating a plan. Okay. Our next one being business. This is another huge calculator. So this one is going through the different tools and building smarter and scaling fast, optimizing your business structure, maximizing your deductions, and strategic tax decisions. So the business write-off maximizer, categorizing and prioritizing your business expenses to maximize tax savings, identify high impact deductions, and ensure you're not leaving money on the table. So if your tax bracket is at 22%, say for instance, your business expenses, and we're just going to put home office being 5,000 or 5,000, and your vehicle being 5,000, just for this example, analyze the write-offs and it give you the tax savings for your write-offs, right? It'll give you $10,000 in write-offs, your total tax savings, your deduction, your impact, your high impact, and it tells you what that means. Make your LLC keep, earn its keep, and shows you what some strategies are right for your business. Come on, like I said, I need to call the tax extraordinaire. Talk about this tool. Going through this, how amazing this tool is. Okay, this is a huge one. LLC versus S corps. This is a common question of people comparing taxes at LLC, sole proprietor, or should I get an S corporation and pay myself through my S corp? Huge question for especially self-employed people. So, say for instance, 150,000 is my business profit, right? And a reasonable salary being for an S corp at 80,000. Tax bracket is 20%. Which compare? And it tells you, you might need to do an S corp. It saves you annually about $10,000. And so the why behind it and looking at the breakdown of it. But again, please connect with a tax or a business professional before. Don't take this as gold. Don't take anything as gold. It's like going to the doctor's office, right? Go to the doctor's office and, oh my God, my throat hurts. My throat hurts. And then the doctor tells you you might have laryngitis or you might have some type of cancer that you can never get rid of. Are you going to take the first opinion? No, especially if it's a cancer you can't get rid of. So my point is this calculator is a tool, just like every other tool. Use it and then from there be able to have the conversation, be able to have documentation that can show you to help you get to your next actual decisions. The next one is the payroll versus 1099 calculator. Now, this is comparing the true cost of a thing called W-2 employee versus a 1099 calculator. Make informed hiring decisions for your business. So, say for instance, your annual salary being 80,000. Expected hours per week is 40. Expected contractually hourly rate is say 100 at least. I mean, oh no, okay, let's put 50. Expected contract at 40 per week. Tax roll paid 7.65. Annual cost 1,200, 500. Overhead costs 3,000. And recruiting, onboarding costs 5,000. Okay. So it's giving you employee contractor breakdown is my point. And we can walk through this with you on an appointment, or you could do it by yourself, breaking down W-2 versus 1099, seeing which way is it better so the employee comes out cheaper by X amount of dollars by paying them this type of way. That's what this calculator it will be able to give you, that is clarity. Okay, so back to the pillar. The next one is a side hustle profit estimator. Are you really making money in your side hustle? Let's take a look at it. So say your monthly side hustle revenue is $3,000. You're working 20 hours a week and your weeks work per month, 4 weeks per month. And your monthly expenses, say you're spending $500 in materials, you're spending $200 in gas mileage and transportation, $100 on your software and apps and subscriptions, phone and internet is $100, advertising and marketing spend is $200, equipment is 20, contractors is 20, and all those subscriptions you have to get all those different tools. Okay, say 200 because that's probably right. Other side hustles expenses 100. Do you want to include estimated taxes? We're gonna skip that for now. Optional and your monthly income goal, you want to have at least 2,500. That's your goal, right? Let's see. Your true monthly goal 1,500. My DoorDash, my people that are working side hustle gigs, doing money. Your time is your money, right? This tool is literally showing you your time, your efficiency, and how much you're really making per hour. So, does it make sense for you to do this thing? Does it not make sense? Giving you the tracking and why numbers don't lie. They set you free because they help you make decisions. Don't be upset. Take the clarity and be able to make changes in your business. Okay. Same thing for the cost segregation mini estimator. We went through that one already. And we already went through what it actually occurs for your actual what that means for your business, right? Put it under the business tab as well. Real estate professional status qualifier, we did that one as well. The quarterly estimated tax calculator, estimate how much your quarterly payments should be that you should be able for self-employment and federal income tax. So that way you don't have any underpayment penalties and stay compliant. So you can start sending your quarterly payments and you just put the tabs in and it gives you an actual quarterly amount. Okay. Same thing for the can I write this off quiz. So select the expense type, say for instance, clothing, right? Percentage used for business, 100%. Do I have proper documentation? Yes. But you can't write off clothing. So it says not really. It said unless it's a uniform or costume not suitable for everyday wear, then you can't write it off. Okay. It gives you that clarity on what you can and cannot write off in regards to the business. Profit and loss calculator, so huge for my people, especially people using QuickBooks. You can literally do your profit and loss snapshot right here in this calculator. Okay. Say my business is being the change. Select period, say quarter. No, let's do month. And period description, January 2026. Let's add the revenue. Say product sales. Look, total revenue. This is what I want it to be. Because revenue is 0, percentage margins. Okay, wait. Money coming in. So product sales, we want that to be at $1 million. Just saying I'm just saying what it's gonna be. Let's just put it out there. Service income, 500,000, and subscription revenue, about $1,000. Subscriptions. Next cost of goods sold. Materials. We do 1,000. Direct labor and shipping and fulfillment. Still we're doing digital. And it's operating expenses. So I'm gonna skip that one just for now, just so we can, so you can see my profit and loss story. So it's gonna show you a basic profit and loss statement. Where can you use this profit and loss statement? So many times we have people come to us in regards to taxes and they don't know what their profit and loss statement is for their business. We are now going to encourage them to invest in this app for them to get the simple profit and loss statement breakdown for your business. What you can earn, what you spend, and what you can keep. Gives you a number so you can look at your situation, see whether or not it makes sense for me to do this. It doesn't make sense for me to do this. I'm spending too much in expenses. I have my profit is here. This is giving you an idea of the whole detail. And this is what loan company uses. This is what real estate companies uses. This information then able to download this and bring it to your actual appointment. This helps you build a blueprint to help you optimize and reduce tax liability and scale your profitability. This is a game changer. One of my favorite tools as well in this app. Same thing with this financial statements walkthrough. Building a financial statement, understanding how it works in simple terms. So we again look at the monthly period, and the period covered January 2026. And source of numbers, we're going to do estimated. So it could be if you use QuickBooks or bookkeeping software, you can put it there. If you have an accountant, then you're getting these numbers from. Or if you're just estimating like we're doing here today, you can do estimates. So revenue, $1 million. That is the reason Adrian Mays is working so hard and doing things differently, because my goal on minimum is $1 million. Actually, by the end of 2025, that's the goal, and I'm working towards. Cost of goods sold, 100,000, and operating expenses. Say rent 5,000, payroll 5,000. We're just putting in numbers here for this example. Expenses, balance. And so you would put in all the here, the cash in the bank, 10,000, 10,000 inventory. Just putting in numbers here just for the example. Vehicles, 500, real estate, 5,000, liabilities, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Right? Just so you can have an example of what it looks like. Cash flow, and we're doing a balance sheet. This is what you need for a balance sheet. And this is the information. A lot of people don't even know how to read a balance sheet, but what this tool is going to show you is your financial story. Okay. It's giving you everything for you to look at, like, okay, my income is this, my assets are this, my liabilities are here, my equity is this. What is my cash flow? Am I doing well? If I'm not doing well, my debt to income ratio, my equity. It's giving you all of the information that you need right at your at your fingertips. It's giving you your profitability. It's giving you your cash trend. It's giving you your debt load. It's telling you what you need to pay attention to, what you don't need to pay attention to. And then you don't take this for gold. You can book an appointment with the tax extraordinaire or take this information over to ChatGPT, ask them what this means, and you can get clarity as well. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but the first way is to start with the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. Okay. So we've been through over this so far is pillar taxes, credit, real estate, business. The next one we're going to go to is nonprofit. Nonprofit is, we have 4 in this category. The charitable contribution calculator, calculating tax deductions for cash and non-cash contributions. So calculating your maximum charitable contributions and deductions based on AGI limits and determine if any contributions will carry forward to future years. So you can put through in this information the tax year, 2020, if you're married filing, we're just going to put single, stay with 100,000. And cash contributions 5,000. Everybody should be donating to somebody. And non-cash, I mean, help somebody else out. I mean, that's the whole thing what life is about, right? It's not about just earning on your own. It's about helping people. So that's the reason we built this calculator. Is the first step is to get more money in your pocket so you can help more people in the passions and things that you actually enjoy to do, live. So it's giving you the cash gifts. It's giving you the amount to carry forward, the deductibles, the private foundation amounts. It's giving you the buckets. It's giving you everything you need to understanding what's deductible, what's not deductible, right at your fingertips. Okay. Same thing for the 990. This is huge. If you have to determine whether or not you can fill out a 990 or not for based on your gross receipts, assets, and organization and amount that you bring in. So you answer these questions. Let me go through it here. 501c3 status. So say you only made 10,000, right? Assets at the end of the year is 1,000. Did your organization have gross receipts normally under 500,000 for the past few years? Yes. Down determining your filing requirement. You can do a postcard. It's telling you you can do a postcard, whether or not you need to do. So let's, the different examples you can put in is giving you your compliance checks, telling you when to actually file, telling you the penalties, giving you the understanding for your nonprofit. So when I have my nonprofit day, then I'll be able to provide that information for you, a little clearer as well. Private foundation excise tax calculator gives you the net investment, 25. Okay, so 250, select the tax rate. It's going to give you the tax rate and an estimate of the taxes owed on your private foundation's net investment income. So the next thing being UBI's unrelated business income tax calculator. So you go through the different activities and you see whether or not if your nonprofit income is subject to unrelated business income tax. So that's this tab here, and that's for my nonprofits for the nonprofit pillar. So having our nonprofit organization for 16 years, helping build some nonprofit organizations. I mean, the key thing is it's not only just building it and helping other people, but sustaining it. Pillar 6 is huge. As an AI consultant and AI wealth strategist and your AI cash story captain, AI scaling with genius and seeing what it looks like for your business. So having this pillar is introducing people to the opportunities with AI right within this calculator, leveraging intelligence, harnessing AI to transform your business, reducing costs, and multiplying productivity. So this AI automation return on investment calculator can calculate the return on investment for AI power automation initiatives. So again, you can see what AI and implementing it in your life, what it would look like for you and your business. Don't be afraid of AI. Use AI to help you grow, help you build, help you be the best version of your company. And that way you can actually save you time and money to spend more time with family, spend more time traveling, spend more time doing the things that you love. It's not just about working and life, friends. It's also leveraging this tool called AI to be the best version of you. So your hourly value of your time is $500 an hour. One-time implementation cost, say it's $5,000, and your subscription cost, calculate return on investment. It's 6,000 return on investment. So investing as simple in this tool, which is less than the cost of what I put in there, is that I'm only during the pre-launch. Like I said, the cost of this tool will increase. The only reason is to go and work through the glitches, get some feedback, get some testimonials. We wanted to provide this tool at a very affordable rate so that people all over the world can actually invest in this. Because again, doesn't matter of your age. We went through that at the beginning, and I will recap that as well when we keep going. Okay, so let me see how long we've been going. Oh, hour and almost, okay. And we're on pillar 6, right? What pillar are we on? AI content output calculator. So you can how many hours per week do you currently spend creating content? Say it's 10 hours per week. You're putting posts out and you're doing 5 posts per week, which you should be doing at least 1 post a day. 5, because I mean you have to get eyeballs on your business. AI looking at content. How long does it take you to produce it? How long are you actually looking at the balance? And the AI automation inputs. Say it costs you the tool that you're using is typically about $100 a month. One-time setup investment typically is costs about $5,000 to set it up one time. And how many pieces per week do you want to produce? Say you want to do 20. AI boosts your content 2.5 times more. It gives you more access. Be able to get you an analysis on the cost efficiency and the breakdown of this AI supercharging your business with content creation. So again, this is help me build an AI content engine. Call us. We do that too, my friends. And that's what you can ask these questions in your AI consultation. We get started with the Tax Extraordinaire team. Okay, so we went through AI consulting. The last tab is the AI employment replacement value. A lot of people think that AI is going to replace you. The AI employment replacement value tool can show you how many employee hours can AI replace and what is that worth. So, say for instance, it's an administrative job. So let's say let's say an admin, right? And they're currently getting paid $25 an hour. Their annual salary 52,000. If entered, this would be converted to hourly rate. Okay, so let's just leave that blank. But let's do okay. Okay, so let's do that. And let's say they're getting 20 hours a weeks per year. How many minutes does AI take to complete the same task? 5. Okay, AI tool cost you $100 a month. One time setup at least 5,000. Maintenance hours per month at least 10. Well, it's gonna be at least more than 20. And then hourly rate for maintenance for that person. So let's say $100 rate. Well, let's say 500 because that's the radius for the tax extraordinary team. Okay, calculate. AI replaces $13 worth of employee labor per year, even with the opportunity with our rate, which is at $500 an hour, which is cheap. Alicia and Little, I'm going to her conference last week. I know that it's not that I'm undercharging, that it's that we're undercharging, and it's not going to be forever, and that's for real. But right now, she charges $8,500 an hour. So just hearing that out loud again makes me I tried to go higher, and Unica said we're going to start for the pre-launch in regards to this, and give people the opportunity, and I agree with that. So only to the end of the year, and that's the truth. So the next one is life insurance. So life insurance, I'm always about that life. Still having an insurance license and helping people in regards to life insurance coverage. But this actual calculator shows you what you need to know about life insurance. Life insurance needs calculator determining how much life insurance can actually need it for your family. So your annual income and being able to see immediate expenses, ongoing family income needs, your children's future needs, assets and assisting coverage, and giving you your life insurance needs. So let's just go through this here quickly. Say your annual income is 150,000, your spouse is 150,000. Say you have 2 children. Say burial is about 12.5, and outstanding debts. And your mortgage balance is about 300,000. Your ongoing family expenses, years you would need is in place from income. Say you have a 15, a newborn, right? So this is 18 years. And then children's future needs, they have school, they have education. Um, Everybody doesn't want to do AI, 25,000, cash savings, 10,000. Even though Mark Zuckerberg, no, was that Mark? No, not Mark Zuckerberg, Cuban said everybody can be a trillionaire working from home and learning AI. So based on the scenario that I provided, right? Just dummy numbers, but it's telling you exactly how much money is needed to protect the people that you love. That's how you look at life insurance. You need $1.2 million of replacement coverage. So right now, most people are undercovered in regards to life insurance. And life insurance protects your income, your assets, your debts, your children's costs, your assets. And so these different things it calculates exactly how much protection you need. So I can actually write that coverage for you when we do our life insurance coverage, or I can actually refer that out to different opportunities based on the network that we have and helping people in regards to what they're looking to do. Okay. So that was the life insurance tab. The next one within the life insurance tab, which is huge, life value calculator, calculating the economic value of your lifetime earning potential using present value analysis. So go through those different functions and you can be able to get that actual final expense estimator, estimating how much cost for your final expenses are estimated, right? Burial costs, funeral expenses, end of life costs. Everybody is different. Gives you that the term versus whole life calculator is huge. Which one has worked for you? So, say for instance, I'll use myself. I'm 46 years old. I'm a female. As you know, insurance is more higher for males. I am not a smoker, as insurance is higher for smokers. Coverage amount wanted, say 500,000, say 200 monthly budget, right? And then the goals is to build tax-free cash value, because that's how using it as wealth. Estimate monthly term costs $92, right? Then you can actually look at whole life. Whole life, I would have to actually whole life is going to be more. Okay, so you can see which one is the best fit for you by going ahead and putting in the values within this actual calculator. Okay, so going back to the home. Okay, we're in life insurance. Income replacement calculator, looking at the same thing in regards to life insurance and looking at protecting what is most important, which is actually the pillar within the calculator. Okay. Now, estate planning, same thing. Estate tax liability, will and trust decision helper, trust funding needs calculator, beneficiary distribution calculator. Let's go through these. The estate tax liability calculator calculates your federal estate tax and determine what your heirs will actually receive after taxes. So, say for instance, your tax, you put your estate amount in, you put your deductions, your lifetime gifts exemption, your state level impact, and it gives you your tax liability for that actual estate. The will versus trust decision. See whether or not you want to actually do. Should I do a will? Should I do a trust? So, say for instance, my estate is. See how complex you are. Million over. If it's over, let's put over $1 million. Privates for. I'm not very private. Not important. I'm very important. Let's just put very important. All right. Probate. You don't want probate. If you plan, you don't have to do probate and waste money on probate costs. So, absolutely avoid probate. Speed of access. You want it to be immediate if possible. And real estate ownership. Do you own real estate? We're going to have multiple properties. For future casting. Do I have any children? No children. Blended family. I'm single with no children. So I have ownership of a business. So ownership of a business, asset management after death, all at once. We want it to be simple and easy. We don't want it to make it hard. And this is your choice. This is how you plan. I want the simplest, lowest cost approach right now, right? And life insurance beneficiaries. And beneficiaries directly, we want it to go right directly to the beneficiaries, right? Click the button, then you scroll down and you personalize the plan. A living trust is the best fit for your situation. And so it tells you whether or not a will or trust is best for your scenario. And I highly encourage you to reach out to a licensed person that will be able to write that will for you and being able to get it notarized. And it gives you the reason why they picked the trust over a will. And even if it's a hybrid of both. So estate planning 101 tells you what is a probate and to avoid court, how to avoid probate taxes. This is the tool for you, okay? Trust funding needs calculators. If you have a trust fund, the needs and calculating how much money should flow into your trust to accomplish your goal. So if you have the needs for a trust in your situation, you can fill out that information to provide that step-by-step access of answering if you need a trust fund calculator. Beneficiary distribution calculator, planning and calculating asset distribution percentages among beneficiaries. So being able to look at the estate amounts and to distribute, looking at the distribution methods, looking at the beneficiaries. So those different levels are all within the estate planning pillar. Now we are going to the next one, which is we're halfway done. Automation, looking at systems, creating, and freedom. So we're looking at the time savings calculator, leveraging automation to save time, reduce costs, and scale your business effectively. So find out how much time automation gives back your life and your business, right? So minutes spent per task, like 15 minutes, and then just putting in numbers here. So minutes needed for the actual automation. So we're going to go 10 and let's see how it calculates. So follow up and see how automation will help build your business. So we calculate the time savings. I must have missed the block here. Let's see, select who performs this task. Sorry. Yeah, virtual assistant. Okay, now calculate the time savings. You're saving 1.7 hours per week with automation. So breaks down the money that you're actually breaking down, which helps my business owners that are stuck in the past and need to get with the AI and automation opportunities. There's so many different tools that you can do it yourself. You can hire someone But being able to have automation in your business helps you create the freedom that you're looking for to leverage for you and your business. Automation return on investment calculator, calculating return on investment for implementing business automation systems. So it shows the number of hours per week, how much the value is. One-time setup cost typically is $5,000. Monthly maintenance cost, $100. And so you calculate the automated return on investment, and it gives you a breakdown step by step on how this actually would help you for your business, right? So the next step would be, the next one is the lead response speed calculator. So see the revenue you lose when follow-up is slow, and what automation recovers. So you can literally put in the, let's just go do it real quick. The different numbers, right? And gives you a conversion and shows you how much money you're leaving on the table by not having some type of system set up. So having lead slow follow up and with $10,000 per month, almost 120,000 per year. If this, and you put the numbers in that are catered to your business to be able to show that clarity on why it's important for you to implement and invest in these different automation tools. Okay, so that was fun. The next one we are on, almost around in third, friends, the travel calculator. See the world on strategy. Oh my gosh, my business partner, Anika Gaines, and I love to travel. And maximizing travel rewards using different processes in regards, and then writing them off, like that's the groove, my friends. So in other words, you calculate your IRS approved mileage and deductions in seconds. So you can input the information in regards to your mileage and understanding the rate, and if you use the standard mileage deduction, or if you actually need the calculating the miles used. So you can calculate your mileage deduction right at your fingertips based on, the numbers that are provided for you. Same thing with travel rewards value calculator. Like you can select the reward type of it's hotel points, credit card points, cashback points, flexible rewards. You should be using all those rewards in travel, but you can turn your points into dollars to maximize your travel strategy by utilizing it the best way possible. So the number of points, say for 60,000, and using these different point factors here, you can calculate your value, your points, and show how much they're worth. The American Express, the black card, platinum card, I know whatever card is best. That's how you actually see and do the numbers, and don't just willy-nilly in it, right? Just doing it off the top of your head. So same thing here, this daily per diem calculator. So it can calculate your daily per diem allowances for business travel based on location and duration. So you can calculate the per diem and seeing whether or not, in regards to meals and deductions and incidentals, and seeing how this can actually help you regarding your actual business. So that's the per diem calculator. Okay, the next one being the travel versus virtual meeting calculator. A lot of the appointments, the workshops, the things that I'm doing, and the reason I'm doing this long actual webinar as we speak is to be able to send this out to different companies. I'm going to break it up into chapters and send this to companies and showing them what's possible for their business. So having something visually showing someone each and every calculator is going to be a selling tool and mechanism. And again, most appointments right now, at least through 2025, will be virtual. Being able to book virtual workshops to show and train people how to use AI, how to use these different tax strategies, how to use the calculator and utilize them to grow, to maximize their business. This is the groove. So when you look at the travel versus virtual meeting cost calculator, I'm showing you what's possible, and I'm doing and acting on it every single day. So comparing the true cost of in-person travel versus virtual meetings, including time and opportunity costs. So say for instance, the flight costs typically $500, hotel costs $300, and meals got to eat, right? And so total travel time being 8 hours, your hourly rate is $500 an hour. Now, virtual meeting costs, the software setup, I'm going $100. And meeting time, you're gonna have you typically a 90-minute webinar, so that's typically what around 750 for per person is the cost for a webinar, and expected revenue lift from in person. So all right, it was none because you can get the same value because Adrian Mays gives you value on virtual. So virtual meeting. So it saves you over almost over $4,000. So it shows you in person. Traveling is fun. Don't get me wrong, but maximizing your time, your money, your efforts, virtual is the game. And that's why I'm showing you what's possible in regards to building with a virtual opportunity. And again, going the 32 days live, showing people what's possible in regards to just taking action, because that's what our team does. And that's how we're going to continuously build our billionaire brand as each and every day. Okay, so that was travel, almost there. Mindset, woo, mindset, had to own it. Your family, your faith, your fears, your finance, and your fitness. Your greatest asset is this thing right here between your ears, which is your mind. And you build the mental frameworks and habits that drive success in every area of life. Some people need help. Reading 30 minutes a day, journaling every day, being able to go to the training camp of the soul, trying to make sure that you're doing the journaling, making sure that you're working on you, what that looks like in your happiness and your joy. God actually is already designed, but this tools, these calculators helps you in regards to knowing what I should do and shouldn't do. Am I working too long? If I should actually look and give myself a break. So the goal timeline calculator can calculate how long it will take you to reach your goals with consistent effort and contributions. So for instance, target goal amount being $1 million and your financial or milestone target progress so far. We just getting started and monthly contribution. So let's see where the timeline is. We have no years. Okay, that's fine. So, which we don't. We're trying to get this done in six. How many weeks? We have 32 days. So you're 0% of the way there. It says, but anything is possible. So don't let the tools, you know, stop your momentum. That's hilarious. So, reward versus cost decision calculator. Is this decision really worth it in money, time, and peace? So, is the decision really worth it? Define a decision. Let's say invest in AI legacy calculator, right? It's a money purchase and it's financial reward points, boom, 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 cost of seven, the financial cost up front. This the calculator is mind blowing. This what a real calculator price was going to be. It's $9.97 for the year. And that's final ongoing. It's per year. Let's see. If I gotta select one. Okay. And then time cost per week, stress and emotional. Let's analyze this decision. So it cannot be negative. So it's per year. That's the cost is going to be $9.97 per year. So analyze this decision. Reward versus the cost. So it's saying it's rewarding. So go and do the interpretation, the stress score. See how it's like. You're about to put yourself into some stress, which yes, commit and create an action plan. If it's a maybe, adjust the cost, and if it's a no, release the guilt. Capture the idea later. Focus your energy on moves that truly move the needle. So again, investing in AI legacy calculator recommended. Maybe pause, adjust, or get support. This isn't clear. Yes to no. So you may want to reduce the upfront cost, negotiate better terms. But that's at the price that I put in there, right? That's not the price that's going during the pre-launch. So again, this is how you actually look at it. So this is the mindset and habit score calculator. So here's what your habits say about your mindset. Use the score and say about your mindset. So clarity and vision. So I review my goals or vision at least weekly, almost always. I write down or track my priorities for the day. Definitely. I regularly reflect on where my time and money are going, almost always. Discipline and follow through. When I tell you Adrian Mays is discipline, I am always saying what I do, stick to my schedule, go right there. And when I get off track, I reset instead of quitting. That's almost always. Money mindset. I check in on my money accounts or budget weekly. I do that. I make intentional money decisions, definitely, instead of emotional ones. Emotions have left for 2025. There's no emotions. I believe I can learn, grow, and earn more, even if I haven't seen it yet. That's almost always. That's 100%. And I get enough sleep to function well. I'm working on it. I'm really working on that. Going to bed by 12. I say no to things that drain me or don't align with my goals. Working on that as well. I take at least one small action each week just for my mental health. Definitely do that. And frequency check. Over the last 7 days, how many days did you feel intentional instead of a survival mode? Oh, every day I'm intentional. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm powerful. So you can get your habits are aligned with your goals. Protect this level like an asset. So this literally tells you protecting your sleep. I'm really working on that. Seriously, saying no more, scheduling rest the way you schedule your work. These are the habits that I'm building in regards to building my billionaire brand. Because again, how you finish is how you start. So you have to start with the end in mind. So again, stress the strategy reframing tools. I turn your stress into a strategic move in less than 60 seconds. So let's say the stress is money pressure. What happened? What triggered the stress? Let's see, not a lot of registrants for my first live. That was stressful. How intense does this feel right now? I'm okay because I know God has a plan, so I'm okay with that. What type of stress is this? This is a times. Well, let's say working business. And what part of this is in your control? None of it. So, what outcome do you want in this situation? I need a solution. And timeline, you need a solution today. what res- what resources or support do you already have? I have information, have tools. We're gonna leave money. I don't have time. I don't have people to see. Okay, let's see what it says. It's like I don't. You don't want to put time. Let's see what it says for you. Strategy pass: stabilize and simplify. So moderate, have low money pressure. Here's the new way to see this. The stressor is real, but it's not in your control. Like I told you, your power is in your response, not the situation. Peace is a strategy too. So your strategy, 3 steps: release the part that isn't your responsibility. Right? This is not mine to fix right now. Protect, set a boundary or expectation that protects your peace. Say no to what drains you. Redirect, shift your focus to a goal or habit you can influence. Redirect your energy. So stress isn't the enemy, staying stuck is. Stress is the information. It tells you what matters, what hurts, and what needs attention. This tool helps you name it, understand it, reframe it, and turn it into a next step. I love it. So this is my mindset pillar, and it's going to help people regards to cheering them on when you have those moments. You're not alone, my friends. And with this AI legacy blueprint master calculator, you'll be able to have the steps to help you get there. Wealth. In this one, we have the emergency fund needs calculator, the net worth calculator, the savings growth calculator, the retirement value calculator. So going through each one, the savings growth calculator, see how your money grows with interest, consistency, and time. And so you can actually go through and look at the consistency of your growth in regards to savings. Same time for retirement value, future value calculator, see what retirement values could grow by the target age, putting in your different areas and seeing how what retirement looks like. Planning, right? Net worth calculator, getting your assets, taking a look at your liabilities, calculating and seeing how that actually your net worth comes up to. Your cash flow monthly calculator, see your income, your outflow, and your real wiggle room. See whether or not you're really making money, right? Have your expenses versus your assets, and being able to see what's variable and taking a look in that breakdown, right? And once this is how you build wealth, planning tools. Roth versus IRA, emergency needs calculator. I missed that one. Calculate how much you need in the emergency fund to cover essential expenses during unexpected events. So going back to the Roth and IRA, looking at the snapshot to see which way is better for you, traditional IRA or Roth IRA. Being able to look at HSA savings calculator, look at the budget calculator that we went over earlier. See your triple tax advantage in action. Are you enrolled in health deduction plan? It goes through steps and being able to say yes. The coverage type, say you're with a family, say your amount is 8550, the amount for the year, your tax profile, say you're the 22 bracket, and your time results, say 10 years. And then it can calculate your HSA savings right there in the enter value 8500, and the nearest two values 8500. Let's see. And calculate the savings, and it'll show you what your HSA could become if you actually take the actions that's in the steps. So going through these quickly, because again, that's the wealth pillar. And the next one we have is the Tax Resource Hub that I already went through, Pillar 13, that's giving you the tools, the resources, and the Tax Resource Hub that's been recommended by the Tax Extraordinaire Inika Gaines with over 30 years of experience. And if you need help in booking a call, that's right there in the pillar in the hub for you. Pillar 14 is the health pillar. Being certified in long-term care and being specialized in short-term care, this is huge for you to be able to understand your health coverage, your protection, and long-term care decisions. So your short-term for my caregivers, for my those that to protect your assets, because all you have is your health and your wealth. So navigating health coverage and understanding how Medicaid and the spend down calculator works, how Medicare works. Again, the HSA max contribution calculator. These tools will help you determine which one you need for based on your health and financial situation. So for example, for the short-term care, say for myself at 46, being a female, and annual income, we're going to put it at $1 million. It's going to be a billion, but we're going to just stay with a million for now. And then liquid assets, current liquid assets will say 250,000. Do you have any coverage now? No. And so my care risk, average living expenses, monthly living expenses, let's see what it's going to be. because $10,000. Select your time frame, 3 months. Do you have a chronic issue? No. Do you live alone? Yes. And next cost estimate, and it goes through those bases and set my recommendation. So it gives you the recommendation. You should get some short-term care insurance, long-term care insurance. Shout out to Marlon Lyons, because with the Bankers Life Insurance, that was one of the things that he ingrained in me, and getting licensed as a long-term care specialist, being able to show people the financial risk if you don't get coverage. Because again, insurance is one of those things where you have it or you don't. And but when you need it and you don't have it, that's when it's a problem. But if you don't have it and you don't need it, that's fine. But it's one of those things that if you have wealth, protect yourself in as many ways as possible. And being able to understand, again, with Medicaid, the spend down, answering these questions gives you eligibility and calculating your spend down for those health scenarios, because these are realities of what can happen because you can't control health. And your Medicare cost and risk gap calculator, what that shows you is identify different coverage gaps in your Medicare plan and estimate out of pocket exposure, so you can understand what it's really costing you. Again, the whole point of this is to stop leaving money on the table. And if you have any questions and ready to protect, you can actually always book a call with the Tax Extraordinaire team. Look at us. Now, the last two are special, are the 90-day transformation challenge. This is a challenge within the app that allows you to complete wealth transportation and take your own journey step by step, day by day. Small 10-minute snippets for you to be able to answer questions about your journey. And it's a complete wealth transformation journey touching you every single moment. So you can interact with the community, you can do it alone. But the great thing is you have this every day, because I don't care what anybody says, you can't do anything overnight. Sometimes it takes longer than 30 days, 60 days. Sometimes it takes even years. But if you keep working towards your goal, you start chipping away at it a little bit, transforming your financial life in 90 days. With this challenge, it walks you through all 82 calculators across every wealth pillar, giving you a small task that takes about 10 minutes, a quick win with you can finish today, and insight about how much money you're actually leaving on the table. So, for example, if we were starting this today, you can look at it either as a day by day, you can look at it as a challenge map, where you can see the whole map in regards to every day what I'm doing and which tool I'm focusing on. You can look at it through the grid view. You can look at it through the calendar view, where each snippet is going to give you each day, the grid view at least give you the titles of what you're dealing with. So, say for example, day one, calculate your net worth challenge, right? This is what I would come into my app day one. Your challenge, your net worth is your wealth GPS. Today, you'll plug your assets and liabilities into the net worth calculator so we can exactly see where you're starting. No shame, no guilt, just clarity. You can't transform what you can't measure. So the quick win: enter your real numbers and get your net worth in less than 5 minutes. Money insight: most people underestimate their assets and forget 3 to 5 liability, which makes them miss how much they're really worth or how much they could clean up quickly. Recommend calculator, and then the actual recommended calculator. Let me see if it's actually okay. Look at that. I'm going to make sure it goes to the net worth tracker. That's what the calculator will be for the day, and then you literally can go through the steps for that challenge and be able to have. And then you can write yourself notes, thought actions, save your notes, download your progress, mark as complete. Goes to each day, 10 minutes a day. My friends, we are trying to help you build financial literacy, and it's going to take a process for you to get there. And all 90 days, right within your fingertips, right at your fingertips in regards to it. It has all the pillars, all the different types of calculators. If you're doing a calculator, if it's a wealth action, if it's a mindset, if it's an implementation or recap. And it's looking at if you haven't started, if you're complete. So this is right in the actual app. In the challenge, the 90-day challenge is right for you to be able to go through. So beginning, one of the things that Unika and I talked about is at the beginning of the year, setting up a transformation challenge. But that's why we're right now doing the pre-launch, launching it, getting the kinks out, being able to get the feedback, being able to help people have change with action. In this investment that I'm about to go with you shortly is mind blowing. Me going through all of this now for the last 2 hours, it's mind blowing how we're actually getting this pre-launch sale. So in regards to the ebooks library. So this ebooks library is a one-stop hub in regards to financial wisdom that they never taught you in school. So every pillar of your financial life is covered here: money, mindset, taxes, credit, mortgages, real estate, cash flow, business, AI, automation, nonprofit strategy, health planning, travel hacking, documentation, and more. So each ebook breaks down complete topics into simple, actionable steps. So you can stop guessing, stop losing money, start building real wealth with clarity and confidence. Tap any card below to instantly open the ebook and continue your financial transformation, because when you know better, you build better. And let's build together. The Tax Extraordinaire, helping you strategize, save, and succeed. So, for example, each ebook aligns with a pillar, and the ebook will give you that clarity in regards to understanding the tool, the calculator, the purpose, the why. So, for example, this go mindset, your superpower. You just click on aligning your mindset with the wealth that you're building, and it's going to go and open the actual ebook for you. So, this ebook is not, oh, glad to see that. See, getting the kinks out. So, getting the kinks out of the system. So glad to see that. So, we have to make sure that the ebooks are linking to the pillar. But the other place that you can actually find the ebooks are in the community. So the great thing is always have a backup plan. So say for instance that happened, right? You invested in a calculator and it didn't work. So you go right into your community. You know what? We already got you covered. So we know, right? If I go into the community and click on the ebooks tab, on the ebooks tab is every single ebook listed. So that way it's available and accessible for you, the financial whole library, every tool, every link, so you can go directly to the ebook of your actual choice. So I'm gonna select one just to see if it's gonna work for me here, because I don't, I like to be able to uh, come through in regards to what I'm saying. But that's how the community and the ebook work process works. So, my friends, whew, over 2 hours, we went through every single pillar in the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. On the screen now is how you actually get started with the calculator. Is going to the tab extraordinaire.com or tinyurl.com/extraordinaire BP. This is how you actually get started in investing in the calculator. And when you go to that tab, I'm going to walk you through. It's the Tax Extraordinaire. The I'm actually put into the since I'm doing this live, I am going to put the taxextraordinaire.com website into the link as well. The reason that we use tinyurl is because we want to make sure that it's not stopped by any type of spam sources. So, but the main website is the taxextraordinaire.com, and that is where you go and get all of your help in regards to taxes, anything that you need to grow your billionaire brand. So when you come to the extraordinaire.com, you're able to find, this is the page that you land on, and this literally is linking to all of the different things that's provided with the Tax Extraordinaire community, was provided with the tools, as well as the Tax Extraordinaire growing our brands. So the tool that we're talking about is the AI Legacy Blueprint Calculator. This link I'll put directly on the screen as well. So that way you have the link that can go directly for you to get started and invest in the Tax Extraordinaire, this calculator that I went through step by step, showing you how this can be valuable for you in learning finances and taking action, and stop leaving money on the table. As this is the number one, never before released, nowhere in the world is this duplicated, a all-in-one AI financial literacy system for taxes, credit, budgeting, wealth, real estate, AI, and more. And finally, a complete AI powered financial education system that replaces fear with clarity, confusion with strategy, and guesswork with precision. So for decades, people have been losing money simply because tools like this were never taught in school. And so this calculator has gone through each pillar that we are able to provide you the information that's literally giving you 14 pillars: taxes, real estate, credit, life insurance, estate planning, business, nonprofits, travel, mindset, health, AI, and automation. This is the only world tool in the world where AI financial planning system designed for families, entrepreneurs, students, retirees, homeowners, and anyone who wants the truth about their money instantly. I just walked through every single step of the calculator for you, every single calculator. And on the 32-day tour, we're going to go through a little deeper on how different audiences can benefit and go directly, and why this will benefit you to stop leaving money on the table. The gap in education, we talked about what's taught in schools and what's not taught. And we talked about the hidden costs of financial ignorance, why people lose money daily, tax and credit missteps, debt and spending pitholes, planning and future gaps, Knowledge is the currency of control. Seeking clarity, stopping the loss. Financial stress isn't caused by money. It's caused by not understanding your money, re-engineering the education, employment, and retirement system, being able to stop the loss potential continuously with the daily drains and have future risks limited. It's the number one solution in the game. This AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator is the most complete AI powered financial calculator platform ever built. So, this AI driven financial intelligence system includes tax pillars, credit pillars, real estate pillars, business pillars, nonprofit pillars, AI consultant pillars, life insurance pillars, estate planning pillars, automation pillars, mindset pillars, wealth pillars, as well as health, as well as a bonus of the 90-day financial challenge, which daily has AI guided tasks for full transformation over the 90 days. Nothing like this in the world exists. So, no app, no course, no spreadsheet, no tool. This AI money mastery is simplified. So, what makes this difference with this not being a course, not being a budget sheet, not being a money app? It literally tracks, corrects, protects, calculates, analyzes, predicts, suggests, educates, and all automatically leveraging AI with the financial literacy engine that you'll never have to guess again. So, this is the first tool that brings all 10 plus financial categories all in one system. So, you finally can see the whole picture, the blind spots and the opportunities. And on top of that, you're able to link with someone and talk with someone that has over 50 years of experience, real life experience, coupled with AI and educations and certifications to build the best you. So, the results from people experience directly from the scenarios from the Master Calculator ebooks. Single mom saving $400 a month, a W-2 worker raising take home pay by $200 to $600 a month, a 20-year-old avoiding thousands in credit mistakes, homeowner removing PMI and saving $3,000 per year, 50-year-old rebuilding wealth strategy in 30 days, retiree and finally understanding retirement and longevity, entrepreneurs fixing pricing and raising the profit margins, students avoiding bad loans and saving thousands, nonprofit owners clarifying which tax forms to use. These different scenarios we're going to go through in regards to the scenario ebook that we give away to those that actually are investing in their actual financial transformation. So, this we're introducing the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. 2 days, 5 hours, 32 minutes left, because we're going to actually look at reevaluate as on Saturday. We're going to launch the 32 day challenge, or 32 AI tour, the money tour. That's going to actually the 32 days to find, lease, and transform your money. So that's going to start on the Saturday, November the 29th. So within that, I'll make sure that uh, so in that, we're looking at, this is the information that we're looking at. You have two choices, okay? You have two choices today. You can either keep guessing, keep losing money with financial drain, keep hoping things change. You can keep trying to figure out a plan, keep stressing about your finances, having anxiety and debt. Or you can actually make the smart choice with the AI Legacy Blueprint. So this is going to get you the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator, this powerful tool that I went through step by step, that every person that invests in this calculator will be able to have a copy of this video within the community so that we can be able to grow and build and be the best version of ourselves financially for 2026 and beyond. Getting the full financial clarity, building wealth with confidence, protecting your future, security and legacy, finally understanding your money. Knowledge is power. Today, that's loving people do that. Today, during our pre-launch time, it's going to be 384 for the year. 384 for the year. How you actually, and then it's going to go permanently to 997 per year. Now, I have not discussed this with my business partner as of yet, but for the first 100 people, we are going to have them grandfathered into that 384 per year. So that amount is a steal in regards to looking at what the cost of what 384 can get you nowadays. Like, in regards to understanding $384, investing in a tool, or being able to do something simple and easy. What can 308 what can $384 do? It's like literally comparisons. A single tax strategy course can cost you $997 to $2,500, and it still won't give you 82 calculators customized to your numbers. Hiring a financial advisor for one session often runs $250 to $500, and the calculator gives you unlimited sessions with your own AI advisor for an entire year. A business credit course alone usually costs $497 to $1,000, but your calculator includes credit, business, real estate, taxes, investing, nonprofits, and and more. Most money coaching programs charge $1,500 to $5,000 for something like this, and you still don't have to do math yourself. Your calculator does the math and explains it, and you can download the PDF. To hire a CPA to run all 82 calculators manually would cost you literally $3,000 to $7,500 per month. College personal finance class costs $1,200 to $2,000 per semester, and you're getting this for the year. And none of them teach real life tax credit or wealth strategy or business just like this. Joining a mastermind with financial literacy supports $3,500 to $10,000 per year, but you're getting community, calculators, ebooks, and AI for $384 during the pre-launch. So you have to use the coupon code pre-launch during purchase, and I'll show you that here shortly. One tax mistake can cost the average person $500 to $2,500. The calculator at least helps you prevent those mistakes before they happen. A bookkeeping cleanup, tax consultation, it's normally $750 to $1,500. Your calculator organizes your entire financial life for a fraction of that. A full financial literacy program with 10 plus modules usually starts at $997 to $29.97. You're getting over 80 modules worth of tools simplified into one system. And the only cost in investment in regards to this calculator is $384 to start. This is a steal. My business partner and I wanted to make it affordable for people to get started and be able to take action in regards to the AI legacy blueprint calculator. So the Black Friday pre-launch offer, only the first 100 people get access for the year, grandfathered in. Use the coupon code pre-launch. This is a limited time early adopter discount that will never be offered again. And you will join and you'll unlock bonus number one, access to the tax extraordinaire community, daily support, live help, real solutions. Bonus number two, 14 plus financial literacy ebooks, tax, credit, business, budgeting, real estate, nonprofits, health, life insurance, estate planning, travel, AI, mindset, all simplified. Bonus number three that I didn't show you, the tax extraordinaire GPT access. When you actually invest in the tax extraordinaire, you will have access to the tax extraordinaire GPT by Enika Gaines and Adrian Mays. Find tax breaks, strategies, and clients tips built on 30 years of real IRS tested experience. Get plain English answers, forms, and step-by-step guidance without the jargon. So, for example, if you want an extra look on your tax return, you would click the GPT and it'll actually search your knowledge base and it's going to ask you questions and ask you, yes, you can add an extra lock to your tax return. It's called identity protection. The IP pin, it gives you the 6-digit code. Before I give you the full roadmap, one easy question: do you already have an IRS online pin? And if you don't, and it actually tells you about the IP plan, and it tells you how to do it, where to go, the IRS tools, what to check for, how to get help, and to go directly to our community, the taxextraordinaire.com. So you get access to that as that GPT as well by investing into the getting started with the tax extraordinaire and this opportunity. The next thing that we have next, I was going through the bonuses that we have. One moment, so that's a great thing about when you have several tabs up on your page. Okay, so right here. Okay, we are rounding third here. So we went through the community, having access to the community where you're able to ask questions, post any questions about the ebooks, get any other leverage that you need, any information that you want in regards to that your tools and any ebooks right there within the community. You also have access to the social media audit report where you can audit your Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, fully analyzed by posting in the community that I showed you, posting your actual links, and we provide that social media audit report by going to the tab to actually get that done. The 7-day lead generation quick start playbook, you get that actually for free as well. And this has a value of over $4,797. And it's going to go for, like I said, $997 per year. But $384 is what we're doing right now for our pre-launch. The pre-launch, we're working out the kinks. We're trying to get through. So when you click the button, you're able to access the AI launch blueprint master calculator pre-launch deal. So you want to go and put the coupon code pre-launch in order to get the opportunity for the 384. So again, what you get is 1 year access to the AI legacy blueprint master calculator hub with over 82 calculators, the financial literacy engine for everybody: taxes, real estate, credit, life insurance, estate planning, business, nonprofits, AI automation, health, travel, and legacy, access to the AI Legacy Blueprint community, all 14 plus pillar ebooks, community support and weekly updates, 90-day financial transformation challenge, access to the Tax Extraordinaire GPT, will have affiliate rights earning commissions through OfferLab, and pre-launch coupon for the first 100 members, Saturday, November 29th at midnight. So that's when the pre-launch starts, and the 4 p.m. Our weekly strides lives that we're doing is going through each and every pillar, and we're doing the 32-day tour to help you understand why this information is best for you to get started right away and get started in regards to building your brand. And the great thing is, once you actually click that link and sure. So you have all the bonuses and information. What people are saying, this calculator is like no other. I want to thank you for walking us step by step through this process. This has completely altered my life. Thank you, Sarah. And so we have the company name. Let's put being the change. This is how you would go through the process. And then you put your first name, you put your email address, you put your phone number, and you would actually look at the terms and conditions. I encourage you to look at the terms and conditions, because this part, the terms and conditions, tell you the terms of service, and being able to understand that this is a pre-launch and there aren't any refunds in regards to anything that we actually provide, because it takes time and effort in regards to building these tools. But our whole goal is to make sure that you're happy. So please take the time, read the terms of service, and be able to agree with that. I would like to show people this, because again, knowing what you're getting is important, and understanding that each and everything that's done in regards to, we do not provide refunds for digital products, ebooks, community access, or apps. If there is a concern for any of the digital products purchased, then please notify support and at Unica at the taxextraordinaire.com. Situations will be handled at a case-by-case basis. Want to show that in black and white, because again, when you invest in something, you want to know and have the comfort of knowing that there's some type of what their policy is. So that's very important, and that's why I wanted to make sure I showed that. So there aren't any refunds in regards to these our products, because they're digital and things take time in regards to building services. And so you put your information in here. Okay. So this is 1, 2, and then you click on the button here, go to step 2. Your next step you come to is going to give you where you can actually get started and purchase the calculators. Now, I want to show you that, say for instance, you know what, Adrian, this looks amazing, but I don't think $9.97 is for me right now. That's okay, because you can actually put in the code down here, pre-launch, and when you put that in and click apply, guess what happens to the price? $384. Okay, so $384. Now, in regards to, say for instance, right now, I don't want to actually go forward with the calculator. I want to just get access to the community and get access to the chat GPT. Okay, awesome. You click that button and you'll see the price changes to $32. The AI Legacy Blueprint Chat GPT Prompt Pack. This is an actual exclusive offer, only offered at closeout now, which is $17, which is a chat GPT prompt pack, which is literally going to walk through each business and financial strategy for you in regards to having strategic answers to work with ChatGPT. So you will come down and put your credit card information and actually enter into the order. Okay. So that is the next step after you go through the tax extraordinaire process. So if there's any questions in regards to anything at all in regards to building the all-in-one AI financial tool, we walk through step by step the whole blueprint of what it looks like. Now, that's starting on November the 29th, 2025. We're going to be going through the 32 days to find, lease, and transform your money. Going live daily at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and at Adrian Mays. And what you can do is register now by going to the link that is, let me put it in the chat because again, I get it. URL.com AI Legacy Tour. Okay, so it's the AI Legacy Tour. So register now for the AI Legacy Tour, which will be every single day live at 4 p.m. until the end of the year, until the end of 2025. Why? Because, you know, this is so important. Taxes, education, real estate, credit, life insurance, estate planning, AI, nonprofit giving, money mindset shift, health and education. It's so important because The opportunity exists for people to take advantage. And, when you look at an investment into something, you have to look at the source. When you look at it, Unica Gaines, Adrian Mays, AJ Gaines, and the Tax Extraordinaire team, you're not just investing 384 in a tool. You're investing in transformation. And the transformation that we can actually encourage you in is when you take advantage of opportunities like this, if taking advantage of things that are not taught in school, those gaps of financial literacy, it makes you stop leaving having excuses. It allows you to start taking ownership of what life will look like for you after you get done with going through with taking action and understanding how taxes work. When you can walk into tax season, even if you're using the online free tools, you can use this in addition to the TurboTax to look at the deductions, to be able to give you the best opportunity to have the maximization of your brand. So I encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity. Make sure that you're looking at the whole breakdown and making sure that each and every opportunity that happens for you is giving you the best version that you can actually provide. Every single Thursday in coming, the next, excuse me, every single Tuesday, we have something called a live virtual conversation with Adrian Mays, where I go live. And the purpose of the whole series is to provide the opportunities and different webinars from top experts, learning how to sell effectively using this proven webinar marketing strategies. And so, having this AI webinar, the whole next move is going to chop this up and to provide this and have this socially going and allowing people to invest the not 997, not 597, but 384. And how we got that number is so cool because again, 384, 34 being my line number, being a Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and the other line, Unica is a Delta as well, being number 32. So 32 times 12 is 384, 8 being the number for wealth. And so, so that's how we got to the number that we're going to provide during the pre-launch of this actual tool. But the greatest thing about this is having these different live virtual conversations and talking to people. Dr. William Liverman being a part of the live conversation this upcoming Tuesday, where we're celebrating his new book, From Potato Fields to PhD, Unstoppable Journey, and the story of resilience and faith. We're going to be able to talk with someone and send the tool. He was like, Adrian, that is crazy. It's amazing. And just being able to connect with people and growing one day at a time, it's an opportunity. So 2.5 hours. This copy of this actual video is going to be available in the community. But the whole reason for doing this is to have someone to access on Facebook, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and streaming to all these different platforms on what's possible in regards to your finances and wealth for 2025 and beyond. Even though we're at the end of the year, this is perfect for stocking stuffers, for being able to have something tangible and work with your children, with your adults, with seniors, all ages. And that's the purpose of the 32-day tour. Each and every day, we're going to talk about a different person, where we're going to talk about and share the opportunities of what that looks like for an investment into the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. So hopefully this video was of value. I know it's a long one, but the greatest thing about it being long is separating this information, breaking it up, and being the AI cash story captain. It's my duty to be able to help you save, strategize, succeed, be the best version of yourself. And how you do that is taking action. So I encourage you again to be a part of the Legacy Tour, invest in the calculator, and being able to have this one AI Legacy Master Calculator be able to transform your life and putting in the work and seeing how that we can help as many people as possible. That's what we do. So making change, making impact. This is the first launching of the pre-launch of the AI Legacy Calculator, the AI Legacy Hidden Money Tour, 32 days to find solutions. So going live, being able to show people what's possible, how these things going. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. we'll be going live as well. I want to show you the app, the AI app that was used to build this actual calculator, and show you 10 tips on what I would do if I had to go back again in Lovable and recreate this app, on what I would do different. And on Friday, we're going to have a live about this information called Typeset, these ebooks that I'm going to show you and that you actually will start giving away to those that register at the link, and make sure I put the link there. Those that register for the actual 32-day tour, you receive emails about each process once you invest into the actual system and being able to help walk you through building your billionaire brand one day at a time. It's possible. And the great thing is about possible is having a plan. You don't have to do it alone. Do it with the AI Legacy Hidden Money Tour. Invest in a calculator and be able to tackle and be a part of the best version of yourself, and having all of these years of experience doing all the different things that I've done and Inika has done and Aja has done and our team has done. We bring all of that to you in consulting and building and growing with AI, and you can do the same. So hopefully you got some value out of this. Go ahead and make sure you go to the link below. Leave a comment if you show up live, or even if you watch hashtag replay. Show some love in regards to getting this out to as many people as possible, because the great thing is we're able to take action every single day. But whatever you do, you are the control of you. God has a plan. And when God puts you in front of something, I go full force. If anyone knows Adrienne Mays, we give nothing but 100%. Inika Gaines, nothing but authenticity. Aja Gaines, creative, and making sure that she takes it and learns every single day in building under the tax extraordinaire, as I am doing the same. So you can do the same too. Invest in the calculator, get started. You know how we end every live. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up though? Share this video with someone that needs their financial and education change. Make some changes. Detroit, Michigan, what up though? Let's go. Deuces.